no filler. Just pressure and MMR. I don't sleep, I just queue up, hoping tonight I can clean it up. But every game feels like replay of mistakes I don't escape. I don't chill, I just rewatch every loss like a feedback watch. Try to learn, but it turns to weight when the climb starts feeling late. Talk to me, I'm half there, body present, brain elsewhere. MMR dry, I stare at it like it's proof. I don't get it. No breaks, just continuation. Self-made expectation. I'm the reason for the spiral. Every loss becomes survival. I don't slow down, I just rank down slower. I don't fall off, I just feel it lower. No peace found, just composure. I don't change, I get colder. I don't vent, I just stack it. Every loss in a mental bracket. Check match history, I crack it like I'm trying to hack it. I don't heal, I reframe it, call it growth, but I name it. Same mistakes, different timing, same climb, worst climbing. I don't trust what I'm thinking when the tilt starts sinking. One bad fight turns into meaning, like I'm losing more than meaning. I don't ask for correction, I just run misdirection. Say next game I'll fix it, then repeat the infection. Yeah. This is what it sounds like when the ladder stops feeling like progress. Just numbers going the wrong direction and you still queue up. I've been tired, I don't show it, keep queuing, don't expose it. If I break, I don't know it, I just lock in and going. No applause, no attention, just MMR compression. Every day, same equation, lose focus, lose patience. I don't need motivation, I need better foundation. Not emotion, not reaction, just correction in action. And the losses start teaching when I stop overreaching. Not every drop is decline, some are telling me refine. I don't slow down, I just rank down slow.
Good morning, good evening.
I don't fall off,
How's everybody doing?
I just feel it lower. No peace found, just composure. I don't change, I get colder. Yeah.
We're back.
Still running, but this time I'm learning from it.
Down in the depths where the creep don't grow lurks a legend that the ladder knows. Not from the sea but the sewer he came. Florence heals the mermaid, bringing shame. He's not here for rank, he's not here for fame. He's warping and
What's up? What's up?
Proxy hatch or cannon. Pylons in the
bed,
dark.
whatever you want. You take the red pill,
Oh shit. Welcome guys.
and I show you how
You
deep the
think it's
rabbit hole goes.
madness, but he calls it game.
It starts with a probe.
We're gonna start in a second. We're just getting ready.
Out of gas, no scout, no warning. Your workers all flee. What is this build? You shout helplessly. Observers tune in from every place. Eyes wide open, jaws off their face. Is that a hatchery next to a forge? Someone call Artosis, we're headed to war.
How does he do it? Nobody knows. He builds where no sane Protoss goes. Stargates in corners, Nexus is wide. You blink and he's already inside.
How does he win this? This shouldn't be real, but he's turning your ladder match into surreal. Florence Hill's coming, now brace for the tide.
Cannons
The solar
everywhere.
mermaid swims with pride. You trained for weeks, your builds were tight. You scouted early, macroed right.
How you guys doing? How was your stream?
He bends the rules using
Hands
cannon
blood.
rushes as surgical tools.
Bloodless.
Yes, screen, this is a dastard, but somehow he's winning and faster and faster.
Tricks, do I have you? Let me follow you. Alright, I hit that follow right now.
He's not just a meme, he's a strategist dreaming beyond the extreme. Every pro placed is a brush on a page.
I gotta get StarCraft 2 working again. I miss annoying people with random builds, like me. Oh man. What were you playing? What game were you doing? I have a couple games I'm juggling right now. Outer Wilds, which is an interesting game, I would recommend. But it's a long game, but it's definitely adventurous and mysterious and complicated. What else are we doing? Dark Souls 3. We're doing Dark Souls 3. Today you just did an hour. You know, today I fell asleep half the day. Sometimes it happens. I would have done longer streams, but today my brain just said, I'm gonna shut down. That's cool. Good luck on college. Put in the work, you know, and make sure you're going for the right reasons, for the right, you know, or at least make sure that you can take anything that you learn from it to use in your life somehow. Try to find value. The Long Dark? Someone told me about Deadlock. An Empire at War. Total War. Warhammer 3. That one, I'm playing Marine 2. That's the closest Warhammer I've been playing. The Long Dark? I don't know. I heard of Deadlock though. Good morning, Free Koala.
Every plan you trust dies in the night. Your safe zones crumble, your push betrays. Leave your army broken in disarray. Creep spreads like
cheers.
across the map. Every blink you take already you trap. I don't just win, I carve my claim. Every panic, every tilt I stole.
We're gonna do some Protoss today. We're gonna get a little dirty. I'm getting a cybersecurity degree. I'm planning on moving to Germany to pursue a better degree after I get my associate. That's cool. Cybersecurity is, let's see, I mean, that's huge right now, especially with AI and all these things. And you got more technology, more camera. Definitely an interesting field. The Long Dark is a survival game. Canadian wilderness. There's one that I was. That Dreadlock. There's a couple that I have that it's like a top-down view. Is that the top-down view game? What happened, Freeze? You want me to turn the music up? Yeah, right now we'll turn it on. I got some music. Some new songs for you guys too. Right now I'm trying to explore a more not techno, but like dance beat music, you know, upbeat music. Right now I'm trying to like work on that. So I've been a couple hours I was spending on trying to figure out like beats. That's the first thing I try to look for is beat and cadence. Once I get to beat and cadence, then I work on the project, but I need to feel the beat. You know. So yeah, I'm doing a little bit of music, fun time.
Yeah.
It's about even. You want it lower or you want it higher?
No macro.
Not right now. I mean, when I ladder, should I have it like this, a little bit lower, a little higher? How should I do it on average? What would you guys prefer?
I'm just playing standard, but my hand already drifting to the darker answer. Same map, same spawn, same pretend piece, but I'm counting seconds before you see. Probe leaves like it didn't ask permission. It's got a mission, not a suggestion.
Let's see, let me lower it to 5. Yeah, I usually do lower when I talk, but it's hard to know what volume, so it's good to know that, okay, I have 5 volumes. For me, 5 on this queue. So when I want to talk, at least I'll put it at 5. Is 5 good, or should I do it at 4? At least now we can calibrate it. Usually I turn it off because I don't know. I'll just turn it off completely. I'll pause it when I'm going to go over a game. But sometimes I'm so focused in the game that I don't talk as much in the game because I'm like a million thoughts in my head. So after the game, I kind of just turn it off so I can, get everything across. 4. Okay, let's see. Yeah, but when I play, we'll do it. How loud should I do it? When I'm laddering, should I do it like should I do it 15 or louder or lower? This is 15, and then this is 10, more or less. This is 10 more or less. It's like 11 technically, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how loud I should do it. 5.5 when I talk, or somewhere within 5, or always, like when I'm laddering. Do you want it like this or a little louder? I've been trying to do more story music where I'm starting to try to make songs of me talking to my opponent, explaining my process of me, how I'm killing them throughout the game. Cannon rush into void raid, into TT rush, whatever, I'm thinking in my build. I'm putting that into the music now. So that's the next project. There's gonna be more story mode. So that should be 11. So keep it at 11. Okay. Alright, so for now we'll keep it at, since we're talking, we'll keep it at 4. Oh damn. But yeah, so we're gonna do some Protoss. We're gonna do some cannons. We're gonna do some cheese. Or rank 1, I think, is where we're at right now. Rank 1. So we got a little bit of ways to get to masters. Like this is my so this is my cannon rush song. I'm trying to make a song of me cannon rushing the Zerg player, because usually what I do is I cannon rush a Zerg player, and then from there they get a hatchery and I can cannon rush that, or I go into void raids. And so when I go to void raids, I go into hatched snipes, and then from there switch it up again. So I'm trying to come up with some of my build orders that I like and putting them into a song form. Yeah, so here's one of that I was sharing earlier from the example. You guys, it's more story mode, storytell.
They say, why he send that probe so early? Man, I ain't early. You just late to the joke. Watch this. I send a probe out like, go live your life. He don't ask questions, he just cut through the lie. You drawn up fast like you trust the map. I'm by your natural with a little blue trap. One pylon tuck when your memory slip. Small clean lie, but they carry your grip. You think you're stuck, and I think it's a setup. You blink one time and your drone ain't let up. I don't kill much, I just make you look. Hands in your eco, eyes off the book. You pull 4 drones now, 6 stand still. That's not damage, that's borrow will. Barge in the back like a whisper in church. Amen and cold when I make you work. You try to clean me, I already slid. Hockey Houdini, I vanish and dip. You say cheese, I say please. That's just panic with a Zerg degree. You look for clean, I look for freeze. I turn your rhythm to what's this mean? First is blue light on your floor, then it's shadows at your fourth. You chase the probe, I bought the sky. Now every base got somewhere to die. Yeah, it's quiet, yeah, it's crude. I don't brawl, I just remove. You say where, I say up high. Turn your whole map into open sky. That Ken and hum sound like gossip and tea. Did you see that? Yeah, but you didn't see me. You break that rush, take one deep breath. I'm back at home, feeling patient. Double gas glow like a secret grin. Stargate home where the dark stay thin. You drone back up like the storm went by. I'm counting clouds, I'm buying sky. First void out like a rumor with wings. Don't say much, just
Between
unhook
5 and 7.
things.
What is your
Green touch
main?
hatch and the hatch gets still. I ain't killing
Main what?
bases, I'm taxing will. Queens rotate, but the angle rude. You try to react, but the route gets skewed. Spore goes down where I used
What do you
to
think
be.
about
I'm on your third
small-
man, look at me.
Smalls at the Met
They say
Gala?
it was just
Small?
Cannon Rush.
What?
I say,
What do you mean?
nah, that was just a
Tito's?
receipt.
Understand.
The real bill fly cheap. Nah, now your map look like deja vu. Like ain't I just lose this hatch, dude? Nah, that was me just drifting through, leaving blue lines on your what to do. You make spores, I make more. You guard left, I'm on your fourth. You catch one boy, that's adorable, boy. I turn your anti-air into background noise. Queens march slow, my beams stay slick. I don't need long, I just need pick. You try the macro, but the macro bruise. Every largo feel a little confused. I'm laughing low, like you almost had it. Then I turn your whole sky into bad habit. First it's blue light on your floor, then it's shadows at your fourth. You chase the probe, I walk the sky. Now every base got somewhere to die. Yeah, it's quiet, yeah, it's crude. I don't brawl, I just remove. You say cheese, I say odd. I turn your attributes into broken heart. Hockey Houdini.
Yeah, so that's kind of like a style that I'm trying to work on right now is trying to do build orders. My chaos builds, which is Planetary Fortress rushes, Stargate Void Raids, Dark Templars, Worker rushes, Split Worker into Cannon Rush, or you know, all the things in my head, trying to figure out how to, you know, put them in like certain songs. So my song, some of the songs are pretty much builds, cheese builds. But to do it in a more you know, music style. So definitely experimenting.
Joe.
What do you think about Smalls at
Watch
the
this.
Met Gala? What is that?
I send a probe out like go live your life. He don't ask questions, he just cut through the light. You drawn up fast like you trust the map. I'm by your natural with a little blue trap. One pylon tuck where your memory slip. Small clean lie, but they carry your grip. You
So that
think
probe
it's
to
scouting,
Cannon
I
Rush,
think
he
it's a
said,
setup. You
so
blink one
no
time and
more
your drone
boss.
line let up. I don't kill much, I just make you look. Hands in your ego, eyes
But yeah.
off the book. You pull
I
four
don't know,
draws
so if you
now,
guys
six
want me to
stand
try
still.
to come up
That's
with
not
a certain
that's
build order
borrow real.
story, let me know. I'll try my best.
When I make you work, you try to clean me, I already slid. Hockey Houdini,
Alright.
I vanish and did.
Let's warm up. Let's get a warm-up
That's
game.
just panic with a zerd degree.
Get the-
You look for clean, I look for freeze. I turn
the
your
mistakes
rhythm
out
to
the
what's this
window.
name? First is blue light on your floor, then it's
I don't know
shadows
what
at your fourth. You chase
it
the
was
probe,
until
I walk the
recently.
sky. Now every base got somewhere to die.
Yeah, see, I don't
Yeah,
even
it's
know what it
quiet,
is.
yeah, it's crude. I don't brawl, I just remove. You say where, I say up high. Turn your whole map into open sky. Ken and hum sound like gossip and tea. Did you see that? Yeah, but you didn't see me. You break that rush, take one deep breath. I'm back at home, feeling patient. Double gas glow like a secret grin. Stargate home where the dark stay thin. You drone back up like the storm went by. I'm counting clouds, I'm buying sky. First void out like a room with wings. Don't say much, just unhooks things. Beam touch hatch and the hatch gets still. I ain't killing bases, I'm taxing will. Queens rotate with the angle rule. You try to react, but the route gets skewed. Spore goes down where I used to be. I'm on your third and look at me.
So we're dealing with the
They say it was
Zerg.
just Cannon Rush. I said, nah, that was just a receipt.
Rainer, Marine,
Real bill fly cheap.
no one's quit.
Nah, now your map look like deja vu. Like ain't I just lose this hatch, dude?
Annoying.
Nah, that was me just
Marine.
drifting
Don't know
through,
what to
leaving
quit.
blue lines on your what to do.
Oh, Rainer, Marine.
You guard left, I'm on your fourth.
Stubborn?
You catch one boy, that's adorable, boy. I'm turning your anti-air into background noise. Queens march slow, my beams stay slick. I don't need long, I just need pick. You try to macro with the macro bruise. Every largo feel a little confused. I'm laughing low, like you almost had it. Then I turn your whole sky into bad habits. First it's blue light on your floor, then it's shadows at your foot. You chase the probe, I walk the sky. Now every base got somewhere to die. Yeah, it's quiet, yeah, it's crude. I don't brawl, I just remove.
think it's gonna be a later pull, yeah.
Broken heart. You thought it was mechanic. Nah. That was me buying time.
Echoes of laughter, now goes Satan. I talk to the silence, it don't answer back. A shadow in the corner where I lost my I'm holding on to memories like they're in, but every breath's a battle with the weight of despair. I'm drowning in a crowd, still feel alone, searching for a place to finally call home.
Switch screen.
What the shit?
Paint a smile on, but it
Oh, you good?
cracks in the
Thank you. You gotta let me know.
lines underneath.
God damn.
Out of sight. I try to move forward,
Sorry about that.
but the past pulls hard. Every step's a scar, every breath's a guard. I'm fighting ghosts, but they know my name.
Alright, so I just denied the base real quick.
Feeling the shame. If I scream in the dark, will anybody hear? Or am I just fading, disappearing here? This empty room's my cage, and the silence is loud. I'm lost in the shadows beneath the dark cloud. I'm searching for hope, but it's fading away. Just another lost soul trying to find their way.
Your base has some uninvited guests. Your base is under attack. We're all gonna die.
What up, Earthwalker? How you doing? Pretty good?
And I'm stuck in the flood with no will to try. I'm breaking inside, but I hide and crack. Wearing my heart like armor, but it's breaking back. If love is a lie, why am I so damn?
Was your base burning to the ground part of the plan?
In the shadows beneath the dark cloud, I'm searching for hope, but it's fading away. Just another lost soul trying to find their way.
Your pylons are under attack.
Maybe one day the silence will break. Till then I'm just here, caught in the gloom, a prisoner trapped inside.
There he is.
Oh.
There it is.
They mad cause I don't play like them. I don't even play like you sometimes.
Prismatic Core online.
Look. They like, why you not standing? Why? You playing sex with StarCraft? I play nothing fair. Nah. I see a build order and I go, don't that look scared?
Shadows the light arrive.
They scout me once, they start
Online.
like they Professor MMR at the Protoss courts.
Alright, let's go over here.
Chaos, my sport. You follow rules, I follow the store. You don't say about the oof, what is that? You drop standard, I drop, not forget that. You say that's wrong, I say bet that. Then I can't rush your whole mindset flat. I'm just laughing in games like
Base crystal charge.
Made you react out your comfort zone. Stay out my lane, I don't need advice.
Base crystal.
You play safe bills, I'll play surprise.
Sky
Stay
Toss.
out my lane, let me cook that. You see chaos, I see, look at that. Look, you call it wrong, I call it book that. History replay like, how we do that? How? Baby like, that ain't matter, I be like, I know. Meta scared of me, I'm the loophole. Facts. You follow passion notes like they the holy scroll. I just scroll past, they like, nah.
If you try to slow the Zerg expansion with cannon harass and go sky toss, you do? Oh yeah, it's a good thing to do. You just don't want to like overdo it on the cannons. You want to just get in there, do the job, and go straight into void raids quick. You want to get there before Nidus Swarm.
But you still mad. That's
Let's
kinda
see.
sad. You took it serious.
I'll show you what happened in the beginning. It was pretty.
I'm laughing while you review the past. They don't understand.
Oh, this is
I'm not trying to be right. I'm just trying to see what happens when I'm wrong on purpose. I don't need approval, I need reaction. You play stable, I play distraction. Every bad idea turns satisfaction. That's when it somehow leads to attraction. Why you like that though? Why? Cause I like when the game don't act right, bro. I like when
I sent the probe out.
You blame I don't know.
Sent the probe out, put a pylon up, went straight to his base, and then pylon blocked it just in case it's a pull first. I can get the pylon up so I can get it up as quick as possible so I can make a cannon if I think I could. But in this particular, I put it and I knew that the drone was going to want to make a hatchery, so the next thing they're going to want to do is make the hatchery here. And we're just annoying them. We're just making them look like we're doing what we should do. If you're doing, you know, there's different builds, different play styles for different purposes. When I do this pylon going here to deny this, you know, it's like a little experiment, and you see what multiple Zergs do, and majority of them, you know, they'll go take another base. They'll be like, well, you're either gonna put a pylon here, or you're gonna, you know, but I'm gonna take another base. Sometimes they'll send a second drone and they'll go make a base. But in this case, they're gonna make a base, right? That's a given. This Overlord's gonna have to go over here to watch if there's no shenanigans, right? Even though the Overlord doesn't know if it's gonna be a cannon rush, because how do we know right now? So far, it's just been a pylon block. And so, with the pylon block, I come in and I see that the pool's not done. So the pool's not done, and we have plenty of time. The pylon's up. The one thing is we're like 360 minerals. We could go right now and start making the stuff, but we do know that the Overlord's leaving too. Guess what? It's gonna go over here to see if we're cannon rushing over here for whatever reason. And now we come over here and we wall this area of the cannon so that we can keep that from getting sniped by the drones. We know that the pool, they're not gonna be no lings right now because we saw the pool timing. So the only thing that can hurt us here is the drones. But once we get the drones out the picture and the lings can't get out without getting hit, he has to wait until roaches. He has to wait until he gets roaches. That's the only how you're gonna get out of here without really harming yourself. So that means that this base right here is vulnerable, at least until he gets roaches. So I have a roach timing where I have to watch out for. They're gonna go for a roach warren after the pool to break out or to Nidus Worm. And so for me, I can't spend too much time killing this base with all kinds of stuff. So I have to be conservative. For one, I'm making the gateway so that I can transition to Cybernetics Core. But I'm also making the gateway so that I can snipe this base with Zealots. Now the pylon right here, I'll only make one cannon. And that's just to micro the roaches for the Zealots. But in this case, you know, he said, no, I'm out of here, you know. And we got the gateways, so now we can get a Cybernetics Core because we're going for void raids, right? We're going for void raids. We slowed them down on this hatchery. We slowed them down on this hatchery. So even though the Zerg gets another hatchery at this point, there's something that I, you know, what I know is that the time is expired, typically, in general. You took too long to get the other base, that by that time, I'm already going to start getting into my my void raids, right? I'm getting my gases ready, getting my Stargate, my cybernetics core, my gateway's already up, so I get a side. So this becomes, you know, harder to defend. How are you going to defend one queen at a time with my void raids? So, and I have to worry about Nidus Swarm. Even though this Zerg's not going for Nidus Swarm, I still have to watch out for Nidus Swarm because he's not going to let me go up the ramp. I don't want to go up there and then lose a unit so quickly. So I don't know if it's a layer tech. What I do know is that's the worst case scenario for me if it's Nidus Swarm. So that's why we get some units from here, from the gateways. We got a couple of units from the gateway. Just kind of slow down the Roach Ravagers. But we're not really doing too much. We're not really gonna harm them. We're just waiting for the Void Raid. We're waiting for the Void Raid. The problem with the Void Raid, it takes a little while to get to, and you don't want to get Nidus Swarmed. So how do we solve that problem? We get a couple gateway stalkers here to harass, and if he's not breaking out, then we have to recall our units over to the other side, because the last thing we need is to get Nidus Swarmed before the Void Raid comes out. And that's what the gateways are here for. The gateways are here to take out this, well, a couple of things. The gateways are here to block the cannon so that the drones don't snipe it. The gateways are here to go quickly to the third and snipe it before the roaches start coming out. And then it also allows you to make the units to recall back home to be able to defend your sides, which is right here. Make sure that there's no Nidus Swarm kicking in. Usually it's right here or back here, is the most common ones. So once in a while you'll get it right here too. So you got, you know, so there's a little bit of time of vulnerability for you, that until you get Void Raid to go kill all the overlords that would be out there for vision, it's a situation where you're gonna have to watch out for. So that's why I get units here while I'm getting my Void Raids. And so I'm not really trying to break in, and I'm just delaying them just to kind of feel them out, and just to say, hey, you just can't take it outright. But now that it's there, I still have to watch out for a Nidus Swarm. It could still be a Nidus Swarm, and this could just be him just harassing for the meantime till the Nidus Swarm gets ready, and then next thing you know it, my army's over here, and the Nidus Swarm kicks in, and I have no army for the Nidus Swarm. You know, my Void Raid's almost out, but it's not out yet, or it's almost out, but the Nidus Swarm's already kicking in, and it comes out. We don't want that, right? So I recall, because it's, you know, we did enough damage here. The damage was delay the hatchery at that's trying to get the base, which is obviously over here in late. And now we got our Void Raid. And then now we watch out for the Nidus Swarm. There's no Nidus Swarm. Void Raid comes over here to check the Overlords. And now we're going to go check the outside bases, which I missed the Overlord. Pfft. My goodness. But then I saw the creep spread. And then I'm still checking around to see if there's another base. And I was like, there's the Overlord. And then from there, you know, he just left at that point. So, but that was the objective, you know, slow him down, and still slow him down. Really interesting seeing how this plays out in the diamond. I'm still in silver gold with Protoss. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. You're talking about like Cannon Rush? I'll explain it to you. Yeah. Right now we're in diamond 2. So we'll get there. We'll get to diamond 1. We're like probably we'll get there. the way we get there is I just enjoy playing the game, and I rather enjoy how to figure out how to beat it than to worry about the winning and the losing. There's always gonna be a win and lose. Sometimes I'm winning, and sometimes I mess it up and I lose. So you can't, those are emotions that aren't needed. So what I just do is I just get good and enjoy the game. So we'll get it sooner than later, I can tell you that, but I'm not gonna be worried about when I'm gonna get it. I usually get promoted and I don't even realize I'm getting promoted, because the last thing you need is to look at the bar and be like, where's that bar? Or look at the bar and you're just like, I'm almost there. It's like right there, and then now it's back here. Now it's going up forward. Now it's down, but now it's really close. But then now you're 2 leagues down, because you just exhausted yourself so much looking at that MMR, and it's messing with your gameplay, because you're worried about, this is it. If I lose this game, I'm gonna drop. If I win, I'm gonna get promoted. That's a lot of stress. And so, for me, I've learned to just go, no, that's not needed. We don't need that kind of stress. But it's there. If you look at that bar and you want to get to the next one, yeah. So, let's get it. What, Team Green in the house? What up? Let's do it. Cheers. Cheers. By cheers, I mean water. Of course, stay hydrated. There we go. Let's go. Well, who needs the actual gameplay? Who needs the actual gameplay? Right? Yeah, sorry about that.
I've been in ladder like it's my kitchen. Burn something down and call it vision. You want consistency, I want collision. Then turn that chaos.
Yeah, definitely not fun to play the exact strategy over and over again, just trying to rank up. It's, well, you hit a wall eventually. Eventually you hit a wall because you're playing standard meta, and you gotta understand that you might know the standard meta, but your mechanics might not be good. And then the other person knows the standard meta also. They know the whole dance play, but their mechanics are good. And so you run into this problem where you're just not the best copy in the printer. You know what I mean? You're a little faded on the printer. Your words are a little faded. The ink's not all there. It doesn't feel good to follow a script, and then eventually it's the wall. You have the wall in front of you. So now you're doing something that repetitive, but it's the only thing you have because it got you there. And you know that if you do anything else, you're not gonna get higher, and you're not getting higher right now because you're lacking somewhere, whether it be your multitasking, your battles, your unit compositions, your unit attacks locations, your timings. They all add up, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to be a carbon copy and realize that the ink's not that good on your copy. But you're doing everything that you're supposed to. There's other players that just have a better ink, darker ink, and it's tough. It's tough because that's the ceiling, and the only way you enjoy the game is by winning at that point. Because and so if you don't win because there's a ceiling, it starts sucking. It's good when you start learning the meta and you're winning and you're getting from gold to platinum, from platinum to diamond. You get to masters, all of a sudden masters, you're like, oh, what the hell? And then there's a struggle right there, and you're dropping down, up and down. It's you're like, what? The emotions are definitely overwhelming sometimes when you're just like, I can't get past this part, but I'm doing everything right, but I'm not fast enough, or I'm not, and some people just know more. They just know the details that you don't. Even if you know the meta, you might know the meta, but you might not know the details of the meta. You might know just a couple snapshots of the meta, and you're kind of going within that. But you know the movie, but you don't know the why. Feels good to improve yourself, though. It does. And that's why I think it's always best to enjoy yourself, for one, and get better competitively, but in a way where you're naturally getting better. Like I say, my best advice usually is play the campaign, and when you're done with the campaign, that's going to teach you how to play your own way. I think the campaign really teaches you how to just be yourself in the game, and still have a challenge and figure out, how do I do this? You know, it's the puzzle game before you start learning ladder. But I feel like when you shape yourself through the puzzle games in your own way, without looking at the guides, without looking on YouTube how to beat this level, and just kind of just brainstorm and use your tools, when you get to ladder, even if you're in bronze or silver, you're going to play it a little bit more natural, and it's going to be more enjoyable than to feel like you have to be in a box in order to improve and go up the ranks. I have to be playing in this box, and that's it. I can't get outside the box. If I get outside the box, there's no guide there. I'm going to just, lose. So I got to stay in this box. Everybody does it. It's safe. And for the meantime, it works because I'm getting my wins. And all I care about is going up. So the only thing that makes me happy is winning. The moment I don't win, I'm not happy. But then now I'm not happy, but I'm also not playing where I'm having fun, because I'm playing this build, but it's not giving me results. And the only reason why I'm using this build is to get results. So now I'm not happy playing the game because I'm doing this dumb build that just doesn't get me up. And at the same time, I can't get up. So if I can't win, I'm miserable, because I rely all my happiness in ranking up. MMR is my happiness. The higher the MMR number, the more happy I am. If I run a ceiling, if I get into a ceiling, I'm doing the repetitiveness and I'm not enjoying it twice, because for one, I'm not happy. I'm not even doing what I want to do. And two, it's not doing that. It's like work, and I'm not getting results. So that's even more, stressful. And then you're stuck. You're stuck. And when you're stuck up there, you don't want to fall. So guess what? You stay in the box. You stay in the box and you don't get out, because you know that if you do your own thing, you're going to fall. And I'm here to always remind people that it's okay to fall. Fall and find where you play how you want to play, and then learn how to get better and adjust and develop your own style. It's okay to take a longer road. It's the journey, right? So, but a lot of people get stuck in that. And yeah. Message. Sorry about that. All right, let's go. Hopefully that helps.
I'm still gonna do something you don't like. Flow
man.
out. They say where he come from.
All right, let's go.
I came from the mini-map, baby.
Map.
Watch this. I send a probe out like, go live your life. You don't ask questions, you just cut through the light. You scout my base like you paying the rent. I'm outside your vision like I never was sent. One pylon tuck with your memory slip. Small blue lie, but it carry your grip. You think it's quiet, I think it's a setup. You blink one time and your whole plan.
What up, Roy? How you doing? Hope we're doing well. Keep up the good content. Alright, we're working. We're grinding. We're improving on our thumbnails and such. So, thanks. Appreciate the love and support. I gotta find out how to get tickets to BlizzCon. Gotta see where to look for Okay, what are we facing? Protoss. Macro. Sliding through minerals like it's a runway. You chase that boy, but he never stay. He leave you thinking, man. One basket, you fix one thing, I break three more. I'm knocking on logic like I own your door. I'm in the fog like I thought you ignored, then I knock like.
can't say that ain't fair. Destabilize, boy. You lock one door, I'm already gone. You think you safe, that's adorable, boy. I tell you strategy
I know what you were doing, buddy. He thought he was gonna wall me out, and I was gonna make the gateway there. I don't need to have the gateway. We can get a little dirty.
You say cheese, I say art. I turn your ladder into broken heart. I key Houdini. You never saw me move.
I'm doing it with both myself and AI. So like say this one right here. This one I'm not done yet. So what I do is I go back into Photoshop and I start painting over things that I don't want and repainting things that I want and adding, right? And then once I got that, then I go back to the AI and then I ask it to do certain things, and then I go back and I do some editing. And then when I do the editing, all my art, painting things out, I can literally paint something out or in and still within with my Photoshop, since I'm an artist. So I do both. I kind of try to find a way to, like, let me lower this, because I have to find a way to, like, do thumbnails within a reasonable time, because YouTube is very big right now on authentic content. And if you have the same thumbnail over and over again, that becomes repetitive, and it's just one of those little, like, that's a little repetitive. So just keep, just watch out for that. So I have to be able to, like, come up with ideas that are good for, like, thumbnails that I can mix around so it doesn't look repetitive. So I've been liking the AI to help me, like, speed up the process, but then I add my own artistic side to it, and then I go back to it, because the AI, man, it thinks I'm Tom Cruise. So whenever I do something, it gives me, like, Tom Cruise face. I'm like, no, I don't want that. And I'm like, it's like, then I have to put, like, make my own Photoshop of me, my face, to tell it this is what I want. It's a complicated trying to get that AI to communicate with me, especially when it thinks I'm Tom Cruise. It always, like, I didn't even put Tom Cruise on the picture. Next to know it, freaking even Kerrigan was Tom Cruise once. Kerrigan's face was Kerrigan. I was like, what? Oh, hell no. So I have not only just it not knowing my face too well, but it thinks I'm Tom Cruise. Tough problem. So yeah. But I need to do it quick enough too, because I need to do, like, I'm gonna start doing edited videos for my playlist, and I need to have thumbnails for each video, right, for each episode. But then I want the episode to be relatable, so then I have to figure out how to make a thumbnail that is relatable to the art that I'm gonna for the game. So that's the creative part that I'm also trying to, like, explore, is how do I do that, like, what kind of style do I like, and how do I get this kind of, like, to work. So it's definitely an adventure, but it's faster than me doing that or paying somebody to do that, and then then putting it out there, so since my main thing is games and StarCraft, I have to find a way to, like, speed up the process on the other things that I have to do, which is really good about the music too. With the music, I don't have to do the beats, I don't have to go into the piano and try to put the melody and all that stuff. It does a lot of things fast enough for me to, like, have a variety of beats without having too much repetitiveness for you guys to hear the same thing over and over again, like a broken record. But I also make sure that it's within my philosophy and my style and my approach to the game, and So yeah, I'm having fun with it, but it needs to be within a reasonable time frame so that I can stream. So I can actually stream, StarCraft. The more I do other stuff, the less StarCraft. So I have to kind of. So I'm glad that that's where I'm using the AI for, to speed up things that I usually would take me longer and take me a lot longer away from StarCraft because I have to do this other stuff. Which I like to do because it's all artistic. Music's artistic. The thumbnails are artistic. My StarCraft is artistic. So I'm enjoying all the aspects. But of course, I have to still, know that more time means StarCraft time. So yeah, definitely. But I gotta do a lot of different edits on this one right here. There's what is it? There's this one right here. I was trying to find a way to like make myself look like a Protoss, and I could still put my hat on. I just ran out of credits. I was experimenting so much, I ran out of credits, so I have to wait like a week or something for some more credits, and then I'll put my hat on here. But I was trying to design something where I'm I still got to put the Nexus back here too. There's some of this is like still in working progress, but then I'll be able to utilize the objects as I'm learning. I'll be able to use them for later. But first I'm designing them so that I can like, hey, I want this right here. This is how I want my movie. It's kind of like a movie, like I have to put the characters in there. That's another one right here where I'm like a Terran, and there's nukes and there's a battle cruiser. So I have to kind of create kind of like a feel. Look at that Protoss right there. That's the probe right there. That's the cannon on the left. A cannonball. You only see the sphere though. That's the Dark Souls. Also for the other games, I've been trying to figure out how to. This is the boss that I just beat. So I had to try to find the picture of the boss, and I had to come up with different ways of like getting the boss for me to fight. But I had to create my character first. So now that I have my character, I'm able to like, So coming up with your character within the game, that's also a little complicated because you're like having to figure out which way you want your character to look. So I've been exploring on those. What is it? But I have to refine my face though. So when I refine my face, then I'm done. But till then, it's a work in progress because the AI will be like, "That's how you look." No, I don't. That's me. But I'm gonna retune. I'm gonna retune the face. But I was doing an Ultralist, like I was battling the Ultralist, and then I killed it. And now I'm just laying out injured, just kind of taking a break, smoking a cigar with my little Widowmine because I'm going Widowmine. So this is another picture, but I have to refine my face. And then, but these are like kind of ideas that I'm trying to create, where it's kind of like a movie base. That's me fixing a Widowmine right there. That's me, Kerrigan, and Raynor fighting the Ultralists. We're over there battling. Of course, I'm the guy on the right. That's us right there. That's my artwork, Kerrigan. Kerrigan's my artwork. I turned her into more of a human look with the AI, and so that's my artwork in flesh, almost. Because I'm a living person, so I have to be like, okay, well, I can't have a cartoon Kerrigan and a cartoon Raynor. So I have to come up with a way to kind of come up with like a human aspect of the Raynor, human aspect of Kerrigan. Luckily, I did my artwork. And with my artwork, I was able to add a more human kind of feel to Kerrigan, and then bam, I got this one right here. Oh shit! And she's just right there having fun. We're all having fun playing some chess, So now that I have the characters, I can kind of create some type of like theme, StarCraft theme. I would have to go into like the campaign. We'll have to be playing the campaign, and I'll have to take pictures of certain inside of the layouts of the game, and then I'll try to figure out how to make that look real, and then I have to put us in there in ways that I have to figure out how it'll look like a battle scene or against Zerg. So there's definitely a lot of things I have to kind of still build to be able to, like, you know, make it my own kind of like feel. But yeah, glad you guys are liking them. Got to make one of you and Zero Till playing some golf. There's I have some other ones that are like, what is it? Look at that, that's me and Kerrigan fighting. But yeah, we could do golf, playing golf. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we could definitely have fun with it. I was actually with Kerrigan doing some Christmas carols. Me and Kerrigan were just with Christmas outfits. And that's me just, you know, that's like my Protoss. If I had if I have the suit right here, if I'm wearing the suit, the helmet, that would be that's me right there on the right. That's like my design to like how I'll look badass. So that's my hat one without it, and then that's me right there, freaking full upgraded tier 3. So yeah. Let's see. And that's Kerrigan in the battle. All three of us are fighting. Let's see here. This is a little, the artistic was a little different. I could still work on it, but I was like, well, I like it too. It kind of gives you a little bit of obscurity, you know, for the imagination. So I like the artwork. It's pretty interesting, like textures. So I've been kind of utilizing this texture in some way throughout some of my thumbnails to gives it a little, I don't know. I just like the texture that it kind of, you know, gives. The art was done by me and AI. So I did the art with AI. So I would have a picture of, like, say, a probe, and then I'll have the AI design different realistic aspects of the probe's design, and then I try to get that probe and I cut it out, and then I'll separate it and I'll just re-plug it in and say, I want this unit with inside this background, and I have to come up with the background, I have to come up with the, you know, the character, and then when I put the character in, then I have to try and figure out how to tell it to put these all in the settings, and then all that good stuff. So I have to play around with different ideas and different ways of telling it, do it this way, and sometimes it gives me a big ass mustache, and I'm like, remove the mustache, you know, and then it takes the hat off. I'm like, you son of a bitch. And then sometimes I tell it something and I get a whole new person. I was like, what? Who's that? Like, just a picture of like a magazine or something. Like, I was like, what is this? That is definitely not what I asked. I was like, it's definitely a journey, but I'm building them with AI and my artistic side. So I'll go in there and do Photoshop, photo editing, painting. I'll paint something. If it doesn't have a hand, I'll paint the hand, right? Because I could do that. I could paint the hand, and then the AI will realize that that's the hand, and I'm like, okay, there you go. Now you understand. That's what I want. I'll paint my Nexus hat. I'll paint it if I have to, and then tell the AI to, you know, upgrade the Nexus hat to make it a better fit to the costume. You know, so, you know, it's a bit of a mixture, but if I was to do these by hand, all these, it would take me hours, like 20 hours, 15 hours to do some of these like this. It takes a long time. So I cut time from that by using AI, but if I was to do it, it would take so long to do it. But could I do it? I could, you know, it'd be even fun to go into this and then just redesign it, like go back into Photoshop and show you guys how I could paint this exactly how it looks. Because I could do this art, and that's the cool thing, but it takes time. So I have to balance my time. The fun part is that I could do it. And we'll do sometimes some art streams. I think it would be cool to do some art streams That'll be awesome. We got to do some actual painting too. We got to do a painting stream where I do an art painting, an oil painting for you guys. Kind of teach you guys how to do it. It'll take you an eternity. It'll take me about 26 hours. You know, I would say maybe a little bit quicker, but only because it's digital and Photoshop's a lot better than painting. I have to wait for it to dry. I can't mix the colors. They bleed into each other, things like that. I have like obstacles that are harder in oil painting, but in Photoshop I could definitely like do a lot of the erase and stuff, and it's like back, you know, I want this color, just there we go. So I could definitely speed up the process, but it takes a while. Definitely takes a while. Is it fun? Yes, it's still fun. It just depends, you know. That's just less StarCraft. We want more StarCraft, so yeah. But I'm definitely enjoying the artistic sides of these, and since I'm an artistic person, I'm definitely applying my artistic side. Hopefully you guys see some of that artisticness, but some of it I'm still not done. You know, it's just I run out of credits, and I just kind of like try to look at them like an artistic person. You do a painting, you're not done, but you put it out there just to kind of look at it, just to kind of take a little break and analyze it, you know, critique it, and then go back in and start working on it again. So I'm just waiting for more credits so I can start working again on it. But that's what I got so far. The good thing is I could take the time right now to go onto Photoshop and start doing my Photoshop process to be able to give the AI a better idea of what I want. I'll just paint it on there. So sweet. That's the best part about AI, being able to use your skills to do things you could do yourself just faster. Yeah, and pretty much that's what I'm doing. Like, you know, I've been trying to do music. I have my keyboard right here. I love music. You know, I've been singing since I was fifth grade till graduation. I sang for my graduation, my graduation ceremony. I was there singing. So I'm like huge on music. I love music. I learned how to read sheet music, write sheet music. It's really cool when, you know, being able to like mess with music and it's being a part of you, and you're kind of like using your artistic musical side to create the music. I understand a lot of things, kind of like mechanics of StarCraft. I know the mechanics in music, and so it's helping me a lot, kind of exploring this like Suno AI music, but it's not like I just slop some stuff up and I don't know music. I know music, and you know, I'm definitely, as an artistic music lover, I'm definitely exploring. I'm exploring so that I can keep figuring out how to build better, like everything else, right? Like in StarCraft. So which AI model or models you're using for AI images? For images, I'm using what is this called? What is it? V? It's the V. It's the Vidu.com. So I use Vidu.com. That's the AI that I use. This is like, I'll show you like some of the. So this is the one that I was like working on right here. You know, I was like trying to figure out. I was like, well, what are these? What are these robots? And then, you know, that I was like, now I got some. You know, I gotta work. That's not even my face, but it's almost my face. I have to work on that. You know, these guys aren't the right creatures. I have to kind of say, remove the battleships and remove the units on the background. Then I wipe it out, and then I keep building off of it. You know, sometimes they'll have this. I have to give it a real nexus, and I'll have it design the nexus. So it's like there's a lot of stuff I have to do that it just doesn't, you know. See, like I can remove the nukes. I have to give it ideas, and then I was like, well, that don't look right, and then I have to, you know, just try to give it some. I was trying to. That's where I got the probe I was trying to find a way to like, and then I got it in game. I got inside the game and I just took a picture of the game itself, and I told it to make it look more futuristic and more realistic. And so it gave me this, but then it added other stuff. So I have to paint that stuff off so that it can know what I want. And I have to go into my Photoshop and start painting this off, painting that off, and then make it look the way I want. You know, it's just, sometimes they just don't, you have to kind of work on it. It's not easy. I put, I gave it a cannon, right? And I said, put cannons all around the Nexus. And it put these cannon, which I don't even know what the hell they got this from, but they got some type of cannons around the Nexus. I was like, well, damn it. But I could paint all this off though. I could go into Photoshop and start painting this off and just get the Nexus like this, and I could use this as as some type of an idea for the AI to say, hey, I like this, just you know, and then mix it in. So whatever I don't like, I paint out, and then I kind of tell the AI, hey, I like this, keep it, and I try to save it as well. But this was from a video from actually the game, and it just, I said, give me a like a viewpoint that's like, what is it, an eye view? Yeah, so that was the boss. I took a picture of the skull in the game, like there's a skull in the game. I took a screenshot of the cup when I was playing Dark Souls. I was like, oh, this is a good one. I'll screenshot it, and then when I come back out of the game, I'll go in here and I'll plug it in with my character, and I'll be like, hey, write this where I'm like in Dark Souls 3 drinking a cup of this, and this is the boss that I just beat. And so then it comes up with ideas, and you have to kind of look at this. I was like, I didn't want him, but sometimes what it does is it takes some, like whatever I worked on before, it'll look at that and use it as references too. So this is the way Rainer looked like. I was like, I ain't Rainer. That's the Rainer, like. But it goes through my history, so I have to make sure I delete things that I don't like, because then it'll go in there and think that that's what it could use as reference. So there's one where I have Rainer with the hat, and then he put Rainer instead of me. I was like, I didn't. So yeah, that's another one where I have a lot of hair. I'm like, well, I can cut the hair. I could even say, give me a fade on the side of the hair, and he'll give me a fade. It's pretty funny. He'll give you a haircut if you ask for a haircut. So yeah, these are just experiments, things that I'm, and then I have to fix my face. I'll give it a close-up, or, that's not even me, but then I could put my face here and then redo this, and I can actually use this as a idea of like, okay, do this, but, change the position and everything. So I could crop this, put my real face in there, and then put it in there and say, I want, fine-tune this art. So yeah. So yeah, that's what I, have to, that's me with long hair, kind of. And in the cartoons, I'm trying to do cartoons too. And sometimes I say, this is like the owl creature, right? But then it gives me like an owl. And I'm like, oh, shoot. But I could paint this off though. That's, with my artwork, I could paint this to make it look like there is no owl. And then I could say, hey, I like this part, but then add this character in there, and it'll put it in there with, because if I do that with this and there's an owl there, the AI is going to think, well, the AI, he wants the owl too. And I was like, no, I don't want the owl. So I go in there and repaint this out and paint it like if it didn't even exist, and paint everything like it fit, like, the way it should be. And then I tell it, so there's a little bit of artwork I have to do behind this, and then, to get it like this, and then, change the faces. And so yeah, definitely some explorations. What kind of music style do you like playing and writing? I like all music, but my favorite is always like psychological. My favorite's always like, it's either rock, emotional rock, or it's internal, working on your internal thoughts and problems, or it's rap, because you can say so much in so little. And I like NF, I like, what is it, Tech Nine. I like you know, Eminem. I like a lot of lyrical writers that say things in a very artistic way, and so I'm always drawn to those kind of like songs since I can remember. So those tend to be like my inspirational like direction of how I like to, you know, like the rap kind of direction. But I do like all kinds of rap, so I do kind of mix in, you know, into like R&B and just heavy rock or even like glitch pop. I'm like, there's different genres that I'm like still exploring, but my favorite is usually rap. It's just very creative way of saying things, saying a lot of things in a little bit of time. But outside of rap, it's more internal, emotional songs. Just figuring out who you are and, you know, learning how to, you know, improve. But running into all kinds of emotional obstacles, even relationships. Yeah. Let's see. Your next move is short form videos. Yeah. I definitely tried working on a cartoon. I do have a cartoon that I was working on. That's, you know, I do have like one that I'm trying to do that's stand up comic. I do have a couple stand up comic clips where there's like a comedian doing like a roast. Yeah. Let's see. Roy says, have you ever used Nano Banana, Google Gemini for image generation? No. So the only AI tools that I will use are anything that I can pay for. So I will not use anything free. Because if I'm a streamer and I'm trying to eventually, you know, do ads for anything that I do, then I have to make sure that everything that I do is non-copyrighted. And right now, there's a lot of like 11 Labs or all these free things. Even Grok, I think, has a way where you could just get like free digital things. But you got to remember that that's not yours. At least not yours. It's not, you didn't make it and you didn't pay for it, so it's not yours. It got made for you, but it's still theirs. It's the company, whatever. It's their rights. They ain't gonna give it to you for free. Nothing's for free. So what happens is you'll do that and start using all of those thumbnails and stuff and putting them into your monetized videos. YouTube has a way where their AI can identify markers, like watermarks, and the watermarks are there, you know, designed through color or through different ways. And so you're over there trying to sell, you know, get ads and putting thumbnails that aren't really yours, you didn't pay for them. There's going to be a problem you might have down the road, and people are having that right now with 11 Labs. They're having it with like different, using AI, but using it in a more like slush way. So for me, if I'm going to use an AI, you know, agent in some way, I have to pay for it just to make sure I have the license. I have the, you know, that it's mine. Everything that I work on during this time, I paid for it. It's my rights. So I don't run into that problem, because that's what some people run into.
I uploaded a replay to your Discord. Sometime in the future, I'd love to get your input on it.
Oh, we do that right now. We can check it out right now. What's the name of the replay? Let's go. But I like all, I like rock. I like rock too. I listen to all kinds. Metallica, Three Doors Down, Blink 182. It was even Savage Gardens. Everything. You know. So it's either rock or rap. Rock typically, for me. Let's see. All right, let's go check it out. Where did you send it? Let me go check.
I dropped it on 5 على 1 and it was your parrot vs Peacekeeper.
5-1. Okay. Got it. Let me go find it. 5-1. Thread 2. Few replays. it this one? Yeah. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see. Yeah, no problem. No problem. We were doing some earlier today, I believe. I think it was today, right? We were doing some, or was that yesterday? It's all meshed up. You see, I definitely tell you that you're not just slopping stuff out. I know, right? You know, like you could tell how I play StarCraft. I play StarCraft the way I live life. You know, I don't just do whatever. I don't just do slop builds. There's got to be a purpose. There has to be a reason. There has to be some type of design behind, you know, some type of thought process to it. And so, yeah, for me, I just don't have enough credits to keep doing it forever and getting it right. So I have to kind of like find ways to do it quick but right somehow. And so I have to think about it so I don't waste my credits just, you know, with all kinds of just errors. So that's the good thing about my art. So I'll start painting stuff to be able to do that so I could do less credit waste. And it allows me to have more power, because when I paint something on there how I want it, I'm having more control. The good thing is I could paint, so that really helps. They hit me with the flow cannons at the ramp. Oh, did they? Those bastards. I don't know who does that. Who teaches that? I'll have to get them. But yeah, all right, let's do this. Let's check this out. I don't know, it always seems loud, even though it's like really low. Okay. On the top left, we have our Protoss player in the red. It is your parrot from WSU Matt. What does that mean? WSU Matt. Starting with the pylon. Opponent. Our Protoss in the blue. It's Peace Seeker. Okay, so Peace Seekers moving out. No, I think I did. I think I casted it a couple days ago, I think. But we'll still do it. He probably didn't see it. So we'll look at it and give him some ideas. But I think I did. Let's see. Peace Seeker's coming over here. Oh yeah, wait. Were you here? Is this where... This is the humble. This is the Isn't this a long game though? Yeah, isn't this the one where? Okay, well let's see what happens. We're in, I believe I believe someone dies right here, right? Someone's like a. Oh, we'll find out right now. Get some more, but we got a forge. Okay, pylon, gateway, forge. And cybernetics core. Oh yeah. Peacekeeper, yeah, comes in late. Guns blazing, right? Look at the gases, yeah. Okay, if you're gonna go heavy tech, yeah, 2 gases right away. If not, some stalkers. Oh, that's right, huh? Probe. Like a little. Just don't remember. So right here, what you gotta do, you kill the probe, okay, with the cannon. If you got that cannon's close by, you gotta make sure that probe dies. So the first thing you do is make sure you select this cannon and get ready to snipe the probe. Right here, look. Now that's what you need to do. You can't kill anything right now, so the best thing you can do is kill that probe. So you go after that probe, grab this and then right click this. It's gonna want to go back and forth, but it can't get vision if it's down there. It has to go up, so you have to be ready to snipe it again. Keep clicking on it. See how it comes back up? You have to get ready to click it again. Right here, you see how it went up? You should have already had that click, 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 click. And it only takes 2 shots to kill the probe. So you just need 2 shots, and then now they got no vision. Instead, that probe didn't get shot, and those cannons took that cannon out. And right here, I mean, you need to go over here to the battery, and then go here and then snipe the probe. This probe needs to go around and then go where the battery shield is. It's too dangerous to go this side. And you go after the probe. That's the, you know. You did go after it, but in the wrong spot. You needed to go over here to get the battery shield. Oh, that pesky probe. Yep. That's good to have a pylon up there for cannon rushers to get vision, because that probe's probably going to be vulnerable at this point. The Immortal's a good choice. Immortal gets the job done, but cannon rushers are known to go void raids. Cannon rushers like void raids more than they do Immortals. So if you're ever dealing with a cannon rusher, just know there's more of a chance of it being void raids than there is being a robo play. A standard player will like to go more robo play, but the way you deal with the robo versus the Stargate is you get the prism, and you pick these guys up and you go over here really quick. That's the way you do it. You get a prism and you go in, you go. There's no time to waste. You literally got cannon rush, immortal, prism. Should be working on your warp gate. Your warp gate should be kicking in, so by the time you get there, you can warp in as well. And then that usually takes care of the Protoss. Nice micro. Nice pullback. That damn pylon. Right here, you're wasting time. Wasting time. Time is money. Get that prism over there, pick them up, and go. But we didn't go with the prism. We could have picked these guys up, took them, went over here, and started doing some harass. They only have a little bit of time. You want to get in there and start doing pain. You didn't do pain. You went over there. It's empty. See how much damage you could have done with the Immortals and Stalkers? They went cannons. You gotta realize that when they go cannon rush, they don't get gas early. And when they don't get gas early, that means that you have a little bit of leverage, because you usually get 1 gas. Most people get 1 gas. You got 2 early, so you should have the gas advantage. And by using your gas advantage is by getting a robo, immortal, a prism, warp gate, a couple of stalkers, and you go. Because that's the time they need to try to get something, because they're delayed. They just try to do a cannon rush, it didn't work. They're behind on their tech, so they're vulnerable right now. So that's what you could have done. Grab these, pick them up, and go, because you know that they're delayed and you have a little open window more than any time. Any other time, it's a harder window to go in. But when they're cannon rushing and you deny it, that's the open window, because they're delayed. Pros could have been damaged, you know. And so the game plan right now, you're going for a forge, more gateways, going for the warp in, 1 base, timing attack. Now, if you're doing one base timing attack, sometimes, you know, if you wanted to, sometimes ledges like this, if you keep a probe inside the prism, if you weren't going to send the units, you can make battery shields somewhere below, and then when you attack, they heal up, depending on the map. Some maps have like a good area where you can put the battery shields here, and when you drop and warp in, that'll help, you know, for just little cheese tactics. If, you know, because most of the time you get a lot of minerals on a one base timing attack. Ooh. Dark Templars. Okay, so we're waiting for the Dark Templars. And the Void Raids are here. Ooh, DT's come in. Nice snipe on the pylon. Sadly, there's another one right there. But good snipe. We got Void Raids though. Oof. Big oof. Okay, so right here you gotta know your surroundings. You got a battery shield from the earlier. That battery shield allows you to make sure that those stalkers need to be in there. They need to attack over here. This is the area where you want to attack with the stalkers so they can heal up. Plus you got an overcharge that you could have used on the battery once it's drained, so that the stalkers can kill these Void Raids without losing stalkers, because 4 stalkers is not bad. It starts getting weak when you have 3 Void Raids and 2 stalkers. That's like, oh no. But with the battery shield, it can give you enough time and you know, to deal with this. So that's one thing, is just know your surroundings. Know your surroundings. Overcharge. Oh, we don't have enough. Oh, it's tough. Oh, go for the pylon. Nice focus. Oh, and you could have, yeah, you could have find out why the probe was going that way. You could have went that way because there's no probes here, right? So this is where you have to start going, where's the probe? Where's the probes? Okay. Pull down back. Cool, good. Take out that star. I don't know if you're looking though. Probably not, because there's a Void Raid in your base. Woo. Now what you could do, worst case, right? Thinking quick. If you wanted to, you get the Archon, turn these into Archons, and then recall these over to your base. I mean, you got 2 bases. You could have just you could turn them to Archons and just push them away. As at least, you know. And then that Immortal, I don't know where it's gonna go, but it could also go somewhere. But you don't know where its expo is, so that's the hard part. Okay, so like right here, if you're worried for the Void Raids to kill this, you could also recall, if you wanted to, you could also recall the probes over to this side and start mining without them looking and noting that there's workers that kind of cross through. Because if he sees you run, he's going to follow you. But if he doesn't see your pros run, he probably thinks they're up here somewhere. If you needed just a few more minerals. Archons come out. That Archon, yeah. Recall. Don't forget you have recall. Oh man. this. There you go, there you go. Gotta start double pumping. Okay, so you also need to remember to hotkey your two nexuses. So what you could do is you can hold shift and click on this one, and then literally just click on the click on this button right here. If you can't select this, there's an option in in the menu for you to actually click on these. That way you can click on them if you wanted to click on them, and that can allow you to like not have to use your 1 through 0s. You could use these, but first you have to like, you know, have them selected. So you could always just hold shift and then hit 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and then that'll quickly load up all these so you can, you know, add them. But if not, you could use the first one for sure. Have both so you can macro. This is where you need to make sure they're both pumping and they're both chrono boosting. It's hard to remember, but if you practice it, it gets better for you. But this is where you have to really make sure. This is where you double pump and chrono boost, double chrono boost pump. Pump, pump, pump. You gotta realize how weak Archons are. They don't have shield. Stalkers are good. Simple, you know? Keep it simple. Some stalkers or some blink stalkers. Nothing wrong with keeping it simple sometimes. Don't get too complicated all the time. Ooh. Good micro, good micro. Yeah, void rays are good though. Okay. Double pump, double pump. That's the one thing. Pump, pump, pump. Pump, pump, pump. Pump, pump, pump. Yeah. Damn, hidden base. Okay, tech-wise, well, that needs to get power to get blink at least, but we're going robos. Don't be afraid to get 2 robos. Okay, there you go. Yeah, don't be afraid to get 2 robos. Void raids though, gotta be careful with them void raids. I like how you're moving, checking the main base, because they'll always try to remine that area. So, oh, wrong place, wrong time. Ooh, nice snipe though. Maybe to get 2, maybe 1. No, yeah, just 1. But 1's almost damaged. Let's go in there and do some work. What is going on here? That, I don't know what happened there. That's F2A move maybe. I don't know. I don't know what that was. Yep. That is not good. Void raids, especially with the alignment, yeah, they just melt them. Although in a 1v1, if you go blink stalkers, you do get more stalkers than the Protoss can get void raids. You just don't want the void raids to get into a mass number where they can do damage in small areas. That's, you know, but technically stalkers, you can get more than they could void raids, which means you can counter the void raids as long as you're on point. Stalkers tend to be like early, like 4-gate. Tends to be better than Void Raids because you're not. Yeah, Void Raids are a little delayed. So we got Void Raids. See, the problem with P-Seeker is P-Seeker is stuck in what they call, like, you know, what Pig likes to call his brain broke. You know, his brain broke, and he's just, it's like blah. I don't know what. We got a lot of resources, a lot of gas, a lot of minerals, but we're so stressed and so in the moment that we're forgetting the most basic things. Is we can make 3 Stargates and make Void Raids, nothing but Void Raids. You know, not just one. You can make 3. Go. And so right now we're kind of just, our brain is stuck and it's trying to think, and it's just not processing certain things, and one of them is the income. You know, it's not computing. You know, we you know, that's all I can think of. It happens. You just have to eventually just remember to snap out of those situations. All the Void Raid, the DTs are not going to be. Oh. Right, who'd have known? There's no server there. That's expensive. Spend the money. You guys, you know. We have the funds to make Void Raids, but we're, you know, 3 at a time. We got 3 Void Raids stuck in one area. That's when you gotta tell yourself, I need another Void Raid. I need another Stargate. I need 2 Stargates. Meanwhile, on the other side, you know, Blink Stalker is a good choice. Keep it simple, right? Make sure you keep using those resources for more Stalkers. those Warp Gate cycles. Learn to abuse them sometimes. But I like the Tempest. I do like the Tempest play. A little dirty. So, you know, I like the creativity. Okay, we got that base is gone, and we got this base. We got this base over here that's, you know, holding strong. Also decided to go Fleet Beacon. We could have a long time ago. We're not even chrono boosting. That's you gotta learn to chrono boost. Sometimes people forget. So at least you gotta remind yourself to use them in certain situations so you don't forget, or else they just stay there and you're not using them. For me, I always tend to use them whenever, like, I'm making anything from the Stargates. Start chrono boosting. Chrono boost. It's like a reminder. Every time I'm making something here, reminder that chrono boost is priority here. Ooh. Ooh, yep, that DT. Got a bank to spend 1 gate, 1 Stargate, 1/3 gas. On your side, the Tempest, the carriers are good too. I definitely like a couple carriers in the mix of the Tempest. Seeker over here with the Robo. Who are we rooting for? I believe red. I believe your parrot is who we're rooting for. Countered, got cannon rushed, right? And he held the cannon rush and was able to kind of like finesse his way into a base after he got void ray rushes, because then void ray rush could have killed him. It was tough. And now he's creating hearts. Got a little weird heart going on. Not the best heart, but it's close. You know, that stalker just needs to go over here. Yeah, and we're good to go. Happy Valentine's. That's some good void raids. Mama ship. Look at, we got a lot of money. Blue's got enough money to keep pumping. I would say whenever you get to this point right here, this is a big warning. Try to remind yourself. It takes me a while too, because sometimes I float too, and the one thing that helps me is whenever I see this now, it's bad. This tells me make more of the buildings, make more of the build. The moment I start seeing that this is possible for me, this is easier for me to detect than to look up the top of my mineral map, because when you flood this, you drain the minerals, but technically they're hugely there, but you don't see it there because they're all here, so it's a bit disguising. So what I've learned is I train my brain to say whenever I start seeing this happen in any of my I need to make more of those buildings. So cancel. I make a couple more of those buildings, and then I keep going, because yeah, there's moments where you have to still keep exploding in supply and in structures, building structures. And so this might look good at the lower levels to do because it's simple, but you want to also use it as a indicator that tells you I need to build more buildings. This is telling me I need to build more buildings. This is okay, but it also tells me I need more buildings. So just somehow trigger those two things together, because somehow it's easier to look at this than to look up to the mineral line. It's harder to look at the mineral line and make sense to it in these areas, but this right here is a good healthy sign to say, oh, okay, cancel a couple and make another building, or make 2 buildings. So yeah, that's my advice on that kind of thing, because it will happen. You just have to eventually train your brain to look at that as a bad thing. You know, it's a bad thing. It's good, but it's bad. It's good that I could just do that and not have to look at them, but it's a sign that tells me I need to build more Stargates. Or gateways, whatever you want, right? But, you know, in this case, more Stargates. There we go. Move. Ooh, and the blink. Oh, here comes the void rage though, Chrono Boost. I mean, overcharge with it. Prismatic alignment? I know these days. I like the cloak though. The cloak tearing it up. Oh, the tempests are good. Yeah, the tempests are good. Good save on the comp. Oh wow, look at that. 2 HP. Nice little comp right there. A little complicated, but it's fun. But and it also deals with this kind of stuff too. You know, batteries and cannons. We just gotta make sure we get that upgrade for the Tempest. Get the whatever that's called on the Tempest fleet beacon. Whenever you're dealing with destroying buildings, because stuff is good. The orange balls. much now. Well, I mean, he could still do stuff with it, but this is where he should have countered. This is where you're like, hey, I got 2 bases. You know, whenever a Protoss is like this and he has a corner base, use this as a base trade situation. Especially when they think this is your only base. You can base trade better because they won't attack. They won't come back to their base right away because they'll think that they're in a winning side. They just have to come back later and kill your only base. But if you have a second base, then what you could do is you kill their vital buildings. When they recall back, you could recall or leave right to your main base and then hunker down and wait for them to try to come to you, and you're all cannoned up. So that kind of is what you do. You don't go over there and go, hey, I'm gonna pick the fight, you killed my brothers, and then they go, now you're dead. That'd be more sneaky. You gotta go over and flatten their tire in a way and then take off. We still got, well, we got no more gas now, but that's 3 of them are here. And then carriers are ripping it. Pylons, like, go for the pylons, nice. You know what we're missing right here? A Stargate hotkey. That was like one of my favorites, is making sure I had a Stargate, at least a Stargate hotkeys, because if you're going air like this and you're attacking, it's easier to just click on that real quick and then make more void raids. Because you don't need to move out, you don't want to move away from your eyesight off the battle, and you don't want to go over here and start making more and then coming back. So it's easier to just have at least already hotkeyed, and you just click it and then start making more. Just click it and make more and stay in the same frame and you're good to go. But that's what we're missing right here. We're still not like, just like for me, whenever I have a hotkey that I am missing, that lets me know I need to get better at remembering, so my brain does it naturally, where I always do it. And so one that's very important is your robo, your gateway, and your Stargate. And your Stargate's definitely got to get in the same rhythm. Like I said, even if you don't use your keyboard like 1 through 10 or whatever, you're using these by clicking them. And if you can click them, you know, that also helps you if you want to use all these other keys, because you know it's better to click them here than to not have any hotkeys at all and you have to double click. At least you know you have them here. If you could do them with your hand using the keyboard, great, but if you can't, definitely take advantage of the fact that you can click on these and you can hotkey these, so that you know you can just click on them and then make the workers or whatever you need while you're still here. Because that's what happens is, until you go home after the fight, you will not build anything, because it's complicated to go back home right now. It's like, well, I can't go right now, we're fighting, can't go back home fight now. I need to make sure my fight's good. So the best way to do that is using these keys down here, so that you don't have to look, you don't have to go back over there, you just have to click it and make more key and stay there, and we're good to go. So that's just a little advice right there, that this is a reminder for you to like say, okay, my brain's still not there yet on this being a priority. So I'll just eventually keep reminding myself so that eventually I'll also have a Stargate often. It's not about knowing that you have to have a Stargate hockey. It's about doing it and being comfortable with doing it naturally, because I do the same thing. I'll go through all my hotkeys and I see some blank ones. I'll be like, oh, I don't have those like that yet. I don't have them. Just I'm not comfortable with those keys still. I'm still forgetting them, you know. And luckily, when I play a game, most of mine are already used up. All of them are more or less used up. Sometimes I'll have one or two, and I know which perpetrators they are that I end up not doing as much. But you know, it reminds me too. I go, okay, it's always this one. Which key is that one? Okay, I gotta remember to start using that one more often, you know. And I gotta, you know, so that's my little red pen right there. I'm like, okay, this square right here, what is that? 8? And then you're like, okay, I gotta start remembering to, you know. So that's how I check myself. I keep adding these until they're all full. But at the minimum, Gateway, Robo, Stargate. At the minimum, you should have those always. The gateway you don't always have to, because you hit the W and the W does it as long as you have work gate, but it's always good to click it, because if you don't have a pylon nearby, you can double click your gateway right here, right? You could double click it and guess what? I'm right here. So then I just hit W and warp in by double clicking it, you know? Like, oh, I need to get my gateways, warp, double click the gateways and then make my warp it in. Very convenient, especially for warp gate, because it's W no matter what. So GG. Sure, I gotta get better at the macroing the base while fighting. Yeah, it's important, like especially if you're gonna take if you guys both hit and you guys are battling, you guys are like both hurt. You gotta remember, when you're both hurt, the one thing that can help you is if you get more workers faster than the other person, at least to kickstart, you know, to get a kickstart. And Chrono Boost really helps out, and you know, it does make a difference. You just have to get in a habit of doing it. But yeah, it just takes time. Just takes time. I was telling people yesterday or the day before that it's one of those things where it's like you're doing this, right? And I could do this all day and do it right. I could also tap my hat, right, all day. I do it, you know. But
thank you for the review. Lots of good stuff to improve on.
Oh yeah. The moment I start doing this that I know how to do, and I start doing this that I know how to do, but then I try to do it at the same time and try to do this and then go counterclockwise, and you know, all of a sudden I'm like, I know how to do both things separately. I don't know how to do them at the same time yet. And until I get in the habit of being able to tap and rotate and then re-rotate the other way by tapping the same, you know, until you get good at that, you need practice. You need more practice. And it's normal. It's normal to be like, I know I usually do this. But I forgot. Why did I forget? You know, well, that's because you're learning something new. Every time you're learning something new, some of the things that you usually normally do go off rhythm because your brain is tripping over the ideas to try to learn this, right? And so it, you know, don't panic when that happens, because that's totally normal. You just have to eventually do it enough time and just be aware of it to get it deeper into your normal habit. But like I said, it's the same concept. You could do this all day, it's easy, right? I could do this all day, it's easy. But the moment I learn how to do both at the same time, whoa, I know how to do both, but somehow I can't do them at the same time. Why is that? You know, why can't I do it? Same thing with comps. Different compositions, units, army compositions. I'm good with these, but the moment I start using them with disruptors, all of a sudden it's all crazy. Or I do this, but then the moment I use this unit, and it's okay because You just eventually have to develop that habit of doing those new tricks together, and it's totally normal, even though you know how to use them, or you know that you should not get supply blocked here. The reason why you're getting supply blocked is you're doing something new, and that new thing is blocking some of your thoughts. They're cluttering some areas. But yeah, so that's how I can try to give you an idea of just get better and go in there and get more practice, because that's all you need. That's literally all you need. Your brain just needs to do it enough times. It's better than getting frustrated all the time and getting mad at yourself when it's a normal thing that you have to do. Just your brain just eventually has to get it. So, don't punish yourself is my best advice. It's totally normal. Just understand that all you need is time. All you need is time. That's why people are like, why don't you get frustrated all the time? Why don't you get mad and stuff like that? Well, it's like, because I understand what I need to do, and all it is time. So why do I get mad at something that I can't control? I can't control speeding up time. What I could control is putting in more practice in that time, and that's, and you got to keep it simple like that. I think we end up creating a lot of social stresses that we stress out, that other people stress out of things, and we don't really need to be stressed out, but because they stress, our brain thinks we need to be stressed on that same thing. And then all of a sudden you got all kinds of stresses from the community, because the brain just wants to have some type of stress, I guess. And people want to adopt some stresses. So yeah. Message. What up, Bartender Bob? How you doing? And thank you again for the 100 biddies. As Friendly Ginger says, thanks for the review. Lots of good stuff to improve on. Oh yeah, and keep sending them in. Don't be shy. Let's see. A Nano Banana, Roy. I believe Vidu, the one I'm using, I believe that also uses Nano Banana within its database. I believe I've seen Nano Banana as one of the, in the Vidu side. So I believe Vidu does use Nano Banana. I think that's the best one, or one of the best ones so far. It's Nano Banana. See, yeah, you don't learn well if you're not having fun. Right. Well, psychologically or biologically speaking, your brain, it needs a certain chemical to turn your short-term memories into long-term memories. The problem from short-term to long-term is that because it's a chemical, there could be something that can block that chemical. And if that chemical is not there, then we can't create this memory and turn it into a long-term memory, because it's chemically based as well. And what blocks the chemical? Stress. Stress can block the chemicals in order for your memory to turn a short-term memory into a long-term memory. And it does that sometimes just naturally to protect the person whenever they get into a stressful situation. Or, like say if you get mugged all of a sudden, or you get robbed, you start forgetting all kinds of things, and they always tell you to try to remember, a description, what kind of hair, how tall, some of the basics, because, what happens when you get stressed is you start forgetting. Your memory you're just not there. Why? Because the chemical was disrupted by the stress, and it kept that from entering the long term. I think it's so that you don't go crazy with all the stresses that really affect you in regards to trauma. It's a way that the brain somehow self-defenses itself from occurring so much trauma. It just doesn't let it get there. It says, well, we're just not going to let it come into long-term memory. We're going to block it off. So in StarCraft, when you stress out too much, and you don't have an open mind, it can affect your learning. It could take you longer to learn something because your mind's so busy being stressed out that you're just not taking this information in at a better rate, and you're just gonna have to fall way more times, you know. So, yeah. All right, let's go. Let's get some music. Let's play some games.
Yeah. They said that base ain't yours yet. Man, the command center already disagreed. Watch this. I drop a command center like new reality here. No warning flare, just structure repair. You got my start like it's still phase 1, but I'm already done with what you begun.
That's why it's not healthy for people to like bring those traumas out of a person, because sometimes the body just closes it up. If it does reach long-term memory, it closes it up.
Still heart beating where I went. You think macro like it's safe and slow. I think planetary down below. You blink once, now it's not your lane. You just arrived too late to the change. I say watch, you count defense, I count botch. You see base, I see claim. You defend thought, I shift the game. I land too close, now it's too late. You wanted space, I change your state. You hold your ground, I redesign. Turn your front line into mine. Yeah, it's clean, yeah, it's rude. I don't fight you, I just move through. You say I say it's done. I turn your map into my son. Man center lands like a loaded threat. You haven't reacted properly yet. SCVs spill out like they belong, and suddenly your time is wrong. You start firing, I start repair. You throw damage, I grow the layer. Planetary morphs like judgment stone. You realize this isn't your home. You hit it once, I heal it twice. You start to feel what's worse than vice. Not losing units, losing pace, losing where you thought was safe. Every rush right on your edge. I don't cross it, I become the ledge. You bring aggression, I bring stall, and watch your whole push dissolve. They say you can't just take that spot, but I already did. You just didn't clock. That command center was replaced. It was declared.
Okay, see if we can rush them or start spicing up. A little spice.
Like I wrote my name in the terrain. You try to break it, it multiplies. Repair lines, turn into your ties. You don't push me out, you from my stay. Every shot, every sitting at the front door. Like it's always been there before. You adapt, you adjust, you try again. But the adaptation still walks into pain. I'm not rushing, I'm relocating truth. Command center speaks for proof. And every all in you throw at me just becomes my economy. I let too close, now it's too late. Wanted space, I change your state. You hold your ground, I redesign. Turn your front line into mine. Yeah, it's clean, yeah, it's smooth. I don't fight you, I move through. I say how, I say it's done. I turn your map into my son. Command center online. Planetary state.
You're gonna have to move.
I don't sleep, I just process. I'm racing, no progress. Every thought is a concept. I don't chill like computers. Turn emotion into movement. If it hurts, I just include it. Talk to me, I'm half there. Body present, mind elsewhere. Software, running stress like it's warfare. No break, self-made interrogation. I'm the judge, I'm the statement. I'm the reason for the shaking. I don't go. I just I don't vent, I just stack it. Every memory a bracket, lock it up, never crack it till it leaks through the static. I don't heal, I reframe it, call it growth, but I name it. Same pain, different placement, same chain, new arrangement. I don't trust what I'm thinking, too many thoughts overlapping. One truth, but it's sinking under noise. I keep packing, I don't ask for correction, I just run misdirection. If I pause, that's reflection. If I move, that's deflection. This is what it sounds like. I'm a bird, never hits idle.
Polar antagonist. And Tastic.
Just rewrite.
Your probes are in a hazardous working environment.
I've been turned, I don't show it. Keep it tight, never blow it. If it breaks, I don't know it. I just keep going. I go in, no applause, no attention, just survival compression. Every day, same equation, add stress, lose patience. I don't need motivation. I need silence, cessation. But I built this machine, now I'm stuck in the creation. I don't slow.
The firstborn shall persevere.
Down slow.
Glory to the Daylong.
I don't fall off. I just feel it slower.
Let your will,
No peace.
let none deter us.
Just
The Templar march.
I don't change.
Let none. Let your will be heard.
True, Stargate.
Glory. For Celestis, we are of one mind. For Salah,
I already know where the probe is going. I load it like I'm just playing this game, but my hand ain't the 10 piece, but I'm counting seconds before you see. Probe leaves like it didn't ask permission. It's got a mission, not a suggestion. One worker, one dream, one dirty idea, and suddenly you're safe, open and to
Successful.
have fun like it means something pure. I'm already in your natural, unsure.
That's what Phoenix is.
Where it lands, pylon placement, changing your plans, forging a back like a quiet
Successful.
You're scouting my base, thinking I'm shy, but I'm not behind. I'm not afraid. I'm just deciding where your base gets played. I tell myself this is kinda rude, then drop the second pylon two. Every decision is far too
Successful.
late. Just how fast I can change your fate.
I am eager to.
You say safe, I say too late. I'm not behind, I'm not ahead. I'm at your ramp inside your head.
Do the teleport successful.
Probe shows up, you feel the
Where do our enemies live?
unlock your mineral waste.
Teleport
Put structure
successful.
right in your face.
I
You
stalk.
think it's random, but I already said mid-map.
Skies.
Let's go. Oh,
Setting up shop like it's already home. Pile on down to the
Teleport
place you hate. Your
successful.
whole build starts to hesitate. You send a word. You think you fixed it.
Engaging the
Mistake.
enemy.
I'm not reacting. I'm designing the plan. One thing that turns into a whole campaign. Force ticking like a heartbeat.
will
You haven't lost yet, but you're sweating yet. Because every drone you try
Time
to
for
commit
battle.
gets checked by something you
Not
can't
for
resist.
loss.
Standard, that's
I
model
will
inside. Because the truth
comply.
already decided the
Understood.
It's not macro, it's
For
not
honor.
you realizing you're
Teleport
under harass.
successful.
On the map, yes, small, quick. When a cannon says pick,
Teleport
click.
successful.
No army needed, no long debate, just placement that seals your
Azul to Templari.
maybe fairness.
The wings of justice.
It's time for being cool. So I stop pretending it's anything deep. Walk by your scouts too weak. And suddenly your whole build dies to something that looked like a
Teleport
why.
successful.
okay.
You
We
are
gotta get
fresh
the
out of
range.
minerals at that
Still
base.
run it back like I always do, but it don't hit like it used to sting. Cause I know what these cannons bring. So I'm not
Azul. I am the skies. Airfield online. Where do the skies?
for trusting the
Engaging the enemy. I am eager to strike.
amount of minerals. Idle workers are so unhappy.
On the wings of justice. Teleport success.
It's just the first thing I do. Yeah. Cue again.
Mineral field depleted.
I stalk. Engaging the enemy. Time for battle. I am eager to strike. I stalk through the storm. Teleport successful.
Those explosions you hear, that's your base being flattened.
Zero. The skies away. Warp field online. Understood. Anon, time for battle. For honor. I will comply.
Bad ones, drone line bends, mining stutters.
The skies await. I will comply.
Research complete.
Warp field online. Now for launch. I stalk through the direct my vengeance. Wings of justice. I stalk. Zero back. Time for battle. Understood. For honor. Time for battle. The skies I am eager to strike. Teleport successful. Warp field on protocol.
Let's get some defense.
You want spores? That's strong. You want queens? That's love. You want roaches? Now it dies unfinished. I don't even need to kill everything. I just need every answer to feel wrong. Second boy, third, then suddenly the sky stops being a place and becomes a direction I go. Your queen's left. I'm shaving the edge off your fourth. You finally catch one? Good. Now you know where they were, not where they are. That's the cruelty of it. You're never fighting the void rays. You're fighting the last place they used to be. And all the while the cannon rush is still there. Not the cannons themselves. The memory of them. That itch in your hands. That panic residue. That little voice.
I'm gonna take that base away.
Now it isn't StarCraft anymore. It's architecture. I'm redesigning the shape of your attention, making the map feel too large, making your faces feel temporary, making your own vision feel late. And when the lights flash start burning, when the queen stops chasing, when the game finally slows down enough for you to type something angry, I don't read it.
For honor. All integrity failing. Time to battle. The skies on the wings of justice.
You are fresh out of minerals at that base.
Resources. All this defense didn't help him because I didn't want to go in there to kill him. I just wanted to slow him down. So he kind of hurt himself. as well. Okay, let's see. Let's go. Let's see what happened. We've been in a trouble position. We put him in a problem. Put him in a pickle. So we're gonna go over there, put a pylon here, hide the other one, so we can forge, and he doesn't realize what we're doing. Cause they're gonna scout. This one was a little, you know, did a little hidden base, dirty. But with the hidden base, the one thing about a hidden base is that we don't have buildings here. And if we don't have buildings right here, if I go up the ramp and there's no buildings here and I'm going forge first, that tells me that I can hide up here and make cannons top down, because there's no vision. And so I like to be not greedy and go too close. I like to get to the edge and then start down, because this isn't that far anyways to get from point A to point B. But you got to remember that everything takes time. So this is a different, you know, being right in front of his face is way different than doing it out here. Time is a problem, so we got to remember that. So very feisty right there. So we got this part. He's not attacking, so that means that he's gonna either he's gonna recall, or he's gonna take a base. I didn't know if he had a base because I put a pylon here to deny the base, but I could still find out what happened by blocking him. So the next thing right here is, I'm not gonna make 2 cannons. I'm just gonna make one to be conservative. I'm just doing that so that he doesn't go over there and deny both cannons, right? You don't want him to deny the cannons. So you gotta, once one's safe to cancel, the other one's gonna form, we're good. Because what we're trying to do is get a cannon here. It's not about killing all these probes or anything. It's about getting a cannon here to just kick everybody out. Kick them out as fast as possible. That's the goal to this. Is the gateway is for the transition and to harass if I need to, and to create a wall for the probe, but it's for the cannon. But our objective is to go here and kick them out as fast as possible. You don't want to make all kinds of cannons right here and then kill the nexus, and you got 4 cannons right here just doing nothing later. You want to go in there and just, you know, those cannons will kill it, but they'll mine so much more for that. You know, instead of kicking them out, now they have to leave. So I canceled the cannon, put it right in the front, so it reaches the front right here, and that means that they get kicked out. The next thing they do is they'll mine forever until the cannon comes up. Once the cannon comes up, then they'll leave. So I'm trying to get ready for them to leave. So see how they're waiting? They're waiting. And he's like, oh shoot, it's almost up. Now we're gonna get out of here. Well, I put up a wall, but at least I knew that he had a nexus quicker than I thought, because he left quicker than I thought. You ain't gonna leave this way, that's all. Ain't gonna go this way. You better learn how to recall, and he did. He's like, I was like, bro, you had a nexus already somewhere else? I was like, that was pretty quick. I was like, so that kind of gave me an idea, you know, that he was more on the macro side overall. It was interesting that he had the, you know, I was like, oh, you little greedy bastard. So while he's doing while he's over here trying to hold his ground, we noticed that the cannons on the outside. One thing about the gateways is that we got 2 gateways for the depths, so we can hit them from the inside. So we get the 2 depths, right? More harass. Get in there. That slowed him down. I saw the Stargates, so I was like, damn, Stargate, okay. Well, I mean, Stargates is very common, so. But 3 Stargates, you can't even afford 3 Stargates. And the one thing is that they go Void Raids. Void Raids are great, but they're not they're not the best. Phoenixes are better. Of course, they have both advantage. They have each their own advantages, but in these kind of playstyles, Phoenix tends to be the king of the map, especially with range. Once you get range, so we're going Void Rage, which is okay, but you know, Phoenix, you can pump Phoenixes out quicker. The Chrono Boost also helps out. The fact that I'm Chrono Boosting helps me get more Phoenixes than I would if I didn't Chrono Boost, which means that I have a little bit more to deal with the Void Rates. So, remember the Chrono Boost. The objective is literally to wipe out the workers, slow down the worker counts, grow the Phoenix counts, and, you know, let them just add up. And we know there's battery shields, so we're not going to contest this area. We're just gonna delay him from taking an expo. Say, hey, we got a base. He doesn't have a base. Well, he has one base. So, you know, there's no reason for me to be too greedy and try to go in there and lose all my Phoenixes right now. It's like I'm macroing, getting my third now because I'm slowing him down, but I know where he's at. I know what comp he's getting, so. Off of it. He knows he can't contest it, at least not yet, but being that I have to let this go and let him take it, that's the reason why I took this base, is because I know I'm gonna have to let him take this, but I'd rather have 3 bases if he's gonna get 2 bases, just to stay on top of the air supply. We can afford more, get more, which means we're going to be able to trade better. He's got to lower those worker numbers. And then of course, don't forget to use some cheesy tactics. If they have cannons on their side, you can get cannons on your side. Especially if you have Tempest. On base again. Dead though. I mean, you can't afford it. Look, just, you know, minerals are mined out. We have that battery shield, which means that we have this locked in, so he would have to take this base. That's not a good base. That's not a good base. There's already a cannon here. That's okay, but it's still not a good base because it's far away from his main base. So the further you are from your main base, even worse. You can't defend it. So definitely a bad spot. We didn't let him play his game, right? We didn't let him play standard. Instead, he had to just learn how to play survive mode. Yeah, the adepts are a good support. You know, every once in a while, just know that there's certain units that do good in small little areas that they could change the tide. Going in there, knowing that they were gonna defend the front side but not the back side. And then going in there with 2 adepts to kill some workers. That was a good playbook. G to the G. Yeah. What up, Andy Mion?
Florencio loading into ladder again.
Andy Mion? Is that how you say it?
Don't even know why.
And welcome,
Q
bartender.
before my brain
Hope
agreed.
Hope all is good. Life treating you good.
And I'm already waiting like it knows me. I don't climb anymore, I just exist in the queue. Like my hands move first and my mind follows through. Every match feels pre-written deja vu. Like the ladder already chose what I'll do. I spawn in late game thinking it's fine,
So let me get some
but my
water real
timing's
quick. I'll
always
be
two
right back.
patches behind. I swear I adjusted, I swear I refined, but the replay shows better luck next time. It's not one loss, it's a pattern I built like supply blocks, made of doubt and guilt. I keep saying next game I stabilize, while my macro dies in real time lies, and it's quiet in my head when I lose control, like a ghost nuke hit somewhere in my soul. Not loud, just gone in the fog of 8 p.m. where good intentions don't load in again. I don't climb, I just requeue. MMR down like you knew. I say this game, this is new. They're not loading, same bad truth, no clean win. Just fog and rush, no safe play, just force trust. Build falls off like it must. I blink once, I'm back to dust. And I hate how every mistake feels lived, like I'm watching my own build order die. I know the fix, I know the line, but I still drift off the optimal time. It's always just one clean execution, like that'll erase the distribution of every misscout, every late react, every moment I didn't counter-attack. I try to force some discipline in play, but my habits don't listen anyway. They sit in my base like mineral stack, not mine, right? Just sitting back, and after each loss, it's not rage I feel, it's worse. It's realizing what's real, that I didn't get worse overnight. I just kept repeating the same wrong fight, and I already know what I should fix. I just don't execute it fast enough to matter. Even when I'm behind, not because I'm stuck, but because I might. Something out of every bad engagement I take, like even misplays have something to make. Every drop game is a tech tree shown, what I ignored, what I should've known. Not punishment, just raw feedback loops in a ladder full of broken troops. Maybe that's the real StarCraft truth, not peak mechanics or perfect youth. It's noticing patterns you keep repeating and actually changing what's defeating. So I sit in it calmer now. No rage cue, no fix it now. Just me and the ladder and what it reveals, and the slow rebuild of how I feel. I don't climb, I reset view. MMR fades, nothing new. I say adapt, I don't improve. I load again, same old loop, no clean win. Just drift and rust, no safe play, just force trust.
This is a song that's,
Not much, I blink once.
it's when you lose a lot. And you just keep dropping MMR and you're just like, shit. What's wrong? What's wrong with me? And you just need practice.
Different mistakes now.
You know, you just need to learn the layers, that's all. So that's what this song's supposed to be about.
Yeah. No filler. Just pressure and MMR. I don't sleep, I just queue up, hoping tonight I can clean it up.
Let's go.
Every game feels like replay of mistakes I don't escape. I don't chill, I just rewatch. Every loss like a feedback watch. Try to learn, but it turns to weight when the climb starts feeling late. Talk to me, I'm half there, body present, brain elsewhere. MMR drop, I stare at it like it's proof. I don't get it. Yeah. No breaks, just continuation. Self-made expectation. I'm the reason for the spiral. Every loss becomes survival. I don't slow down, I just rank down slow. I don't fall off, I just feel it low. No peace found, just composure. I don't change, I get older. Yeah. I don't think, I just stack it. mental bracket. Check match history, I crack it like I'm trying to hack it. I don't hear, I reframe it, call it growth, but I name it. Same mistakes, different time, same cloud, worse clouded. I don't trust what I'm thinking when the tilt starts sinking. One bad break turns into meaning, like I'm losing more than meaning. I don't ask for correction, I just run misdirection. Say next game, I'll fix it, then repeat the infection. This is what it's like. Light starts feeling like problems. Numbers going the wrong direction, and you still cute. I've been tired, I don't show it, keep queuing, don't expose it. If I break, I don't know it, I just lock in and going. No applause, no attention, just MMR compression every day. Same equation, no focus, no equations. I don't need motivation, I need better foundation, not emotion, not reaction, just correction. Inaction in the loss to start teaching when I stop overreaching. Not every drop is decline, someone telling me refine. I don't slow down, I just break down slow. I don't fall off, I just feel it lower. Just composure, I don't think
You're not gonna let that poor defenseless pylon die, are you?
I know the correct answer. I just don't always pick it. Watch this. Later, I'm off my line. Same map, same spawn, same red, same star. But I already moved the important part. I see the greed, I see the thing I should immediately delete. But I hesitate like, what if it's fake? Then it's real, and I'm already late. I place the structure like this is clean, but I know I'm cooking something unseen. You think I'm slow, I'm just thinking loud. Like 12 different things. I don't misclick, I put it aside. Too many answers all in my mind. So the moment passes, I let it go, then I smile. Yeah, I know the bill, I know the rules. Back out. I see the time and I see the bait, then I arrive 5 seconds late. I'm still on the map, still reading it wrong, still acting like nothing is going on. But I already saw it, I already knew. I just chose a different thing to do. Yeah, I see it, yeah, I know. But my hands go where they want to go. I don't need help, I just need space. Fix my own weird time and pace. I scratch your base and I know like code and do something else that breaks the rule. You're thinking I'm lost, I'm actually mid. Writing 3 plans you didn't think I did. I cancel work just to feel alive. Then recover like, yeah, that's fine. Panic, I improvise, turning bad ideas into disguise. You hear the time and I say no. I'm already somewhere else in the sky. You play clean, I play, we'll see. And somehow that's what gets me free. You know I open the door. I lose a fight, I find remorse. Not discipline, it's just noise control. Too many instincts arguing for my soul. They say you should have done X. I say yeah, I just pick chaos instead.
Incoming nuke. Now might be a good time to panic.
I'm the one who bent them. I remember clean play, tight and pure. Now I play like I'm not fully sure, but I still win some new songs. And both of them teach me something new. Like hesitation is also a choice, just one that don't sound like a voice. So I stop fighting my own delay and start learning what it's trying to say. Maybe I'm not broken.
Your base is under attack. We're all gonna die.
Maybe I just play flash forward and I know I'm
Here in the shadows.
still acting like nothing is going on, but I already saw it, I already knew. I just chose a different thing to do. Yeah, I see it, yeah, I know. But my hands go where they wanna go. And I don't need help, I just need space. Keep it running. Played it my way.
Let's go get another hidden base.
Dimensional strength.
Rinse you on ladder again. Don't ask why.
We seek guidance.
Already hit ladder
Your base is
before I
under
even thought
attack.
about it.
We're all gonna die.
I don't show up, I never show up fractured. Half of me focused, the rest gets captured by thoughts spiral before the game even starts. Like don't mess this up, turning pressure to art. I say I'm learning, but it feels like pretending. Like I'm patching up cracks that never stop bending. Every match feels like proof I'm behind, but I tell myself it's just a mindset climb. There's a version of me that plays with control. No panic, no drift, no losing the goal. But I don't stay there, I visit then leave like I'm scared of the structure I could achieve. And I hate that I know what I'm supposed to do, but still choose the version that loses me too. Not because I don't see the better path clear, but because the better path feels like fear.
You guys got text to speech. Yeah. Sorry about that.
I don't play safe, I just get more.
Sorry about that. Yeah. You got text to speech. Thanks for adding me that. I can see the white.
I say this I sit with results that don't match intention. Like effort alone isn't close to redemption. I grind and I grind, but the pattern stays. Like I'm walking in circles through the same mistakes. And that's the part that really gets heavy. Not losing games, but knowing already that half of it's me before anything else. Not bad luck, not pressure, just self. I overthink when I should just execute and underthink. When I'm then it cancels out everything. I try to build like I'm breaking my progress before it's real. I don't need more motivation speeches. I need to fix what repetition teaches. Because every drop in MMR is a mirror. Showing me the habits I refuse to clear. And I can't outrun what I already know. It follows me into every low. The quiet reminder I keep ignoring.
I'll rewind it.
I don't like how honest this feels.
We meet our fate. Our fates are one.
Repetition, trying to change without changing anything. So I'm sitting in longer than I used to. Not blaming the system, not trying to excuse.
Mineral field depleted.
Watching the cycle, I keep stepping in and admitting where it always begins. Not like a skill, not like a drive, but moments I let slip every time. Small decisions that stack into weight until the whole thing feels like fate. But it isn't fate, it's pattern and choice. And I hear that clearer in my own voice. So I stop calling it bad luck or tilt and start looking at what I built. And it hurts a bit, but it's real this time. No hiding behind another line.
Wow, you mined all those minerals already. Look at you. Mineral field depleted.
Direct my vengeance.
What I already know. I don't climb now, I just hover low. I don't play safe, I just get more bolder. No clean win, just exposure. I don't fix
I remember when this was all minerals. Now look at it.
Watch my MMR drop like it knows me. I say this time works, but it slows me. Yeah. Not a new mindset. Just honest words.
The threads of fate.
Yeah.
We meet the enemy in glorious battle.
Nuclear launch detected. Somewhere. Probably in your base.
Say die. Watch this. I send a worker out like go take a walk. Try a little trick that your red suspends. You think it's back, I tuck tack behind your signaling code while you can't what's ahead. Try to find me, I already know. Still where I was, I'm somewhere close. Fair play. Doubt with a nerve. Just control, I take the sky.
spiking so bad. Yeah, I have text to speech, so you guys could use your the text to speech whenever you need to let me know something, because that's what it's there for, to remind me if I'm, if I got the wrong screen or something, or supply blocked. Oh man. Alright, let's go rewind. What happened? Whoopsie. Alright. So I come over here. Here we go. Move out. Our Terran player over here gets a barracks. 2 gas. And quick gateway cannon into gateway. Now there was a marine over here that popped out. We're gonna have to use our probes. So I built the cannon before the pylon blew up, and then put a pylon behind it. But the problem is the marines nibbling on the cannon. We're gonna have to stop that. So we'll stop it with the 2 probes, go after them, have them run. That gives me enough time to heal this up enough to have it go up. Did that to this one too. We're like, and then we're pulling away. I don't really need to do any more. That's it. We just need to make sure we got the high ground, and if we can get a cannon pylon on the high ground, even better. It's better than having a probe at the bottom only. You get more vision on the high ground, seeing what's going on. So him chasing the probes, it's okay. Sadly, I lose them, but they're still, I don't really need them technically here. If I could stall with them, even better. We don't want them nibbling on anything. Got an SCV. Damn, Widow Mine. He's going free. He was going to nuke me early. He's going for a fast nuke. Stalker to come out. We got a little bit of the Marines. We already have 2 bases. And I'm going Tempest. He still has to get a base. So he has one, but he has to start mining it. He went for a Widow Mine, so I don't know if he's gonna go for a Widow Mine drop. Oh shit. Man, it's all over the place. I'm definitely sober, guys. Hold on. Okay. What I was saying is that if you're dealing with Widow Mines, which it could be Widow Mines, if you're dealing with Widow Mines, one thing I like to do is get stasis swords. You get a couple stasis swords here, that way in case they drop the medevac, the widow mines, you can get, if they trickle them, 1, 2. Still muted again. Shit, it's all bad today. Today's just, you know, bad production day. Shit. Damn it. Sorry. Okay. So that's what these are for. Just in case you got widow mine drops. This will take care of the widow mine drops, so that at least you can not look at them right away and go, oh shoot, my whole base is devastated. Yeah, I know. It's cool. Just, my bad. My bad. But yeah, you guys have on Twitch, I have a text to speech. So I have that for people to, like, you know, when I'm like zoned in, I could always listen and I can interact through the listening. It's harder to like look. When I have downtime, I'll look real quick. But it was all dicey. The intro was all spicy, so I couldn't look. Okay, so Terrans like to get Vikings. Vikings are really good. They can get a lot of them with the reactors. So one thing to do when it comes to that is the batteries and cannons. Don't forget, if you're going Tempest, you can go battery cannons here and then break them from this side. It'll force them to take this base, but at least they'll deny their expo, or they'll engage with you and lose units. The one thing is you just don't want them to have more Vikings than you have Tempest. So batteries and cannons kind of help out. If you need the Tempest need to pull back, the cannons keep the Vikings from following the Tempest. The cannons also help you against the Marines that want to go around and try to break you. Like, what are you doing? Let me go over here and, oh shoot, there's cannons. So the cannons are supposed to help you against the Vikings to pull back the Tempest, and against the Marines when they try to come down. Now the other thing is the Oracle. So when you have this, the next thing is the stasis swords. You want a stasis sword or two, as many as you want around here, because what happens, you want them, they're like, oh, I'm gonna go down there and kick your butt, and then they get stasis tier. That's not good, right? And then there's cannons. It's like, shoot, I got stasis sword getting further in, there's cannons, I have to deal with that, plus the Tempest, or, you know, dealing with my Vikings. That's what we're doing right there. Use that Oracle for the stasis sword so they can't run up. If they do try to run up, there's cannons to protect the Tempest. If the Vikings get too crazy, we pull back, and then they can't chase us all the way through because they're gonna get hit by cannons. The Oracle is good for the Revelation so that I could actually attack them further out. I don't have to get surprised. So if you have an Oracle, even better. This one I accidentally threw away because of that nuke. I was trying to attack the nuke at that point. See how I got the batteries, and then the Vikings try to back up. You can get a lot of Vikings, so you got to be careful with that. He's trying to one-shot the Tempest, but he's not able to get enough Vikings to one-shot him. And he's trying to wait for me to attack the command center so he can get some free shots off the Tempest, but I'm shooting and I'm backing off just to make sure that the Vikings don't get that free shot. They see how I'm shooting them, and they're trying to get that free shot. So in this one, I did because I was trying to commit to kill this command center. That's the only reason why I gave him that free shot. So I was hoping to take this down, that one, but I couldn't. So I backed off, so he didn't get no more free shots. And then no more free shots. I kept nibbling and backing up, nibbling, backing up. Don't let them take that shot when you shoot the command center, because they'll hit you. Hit the command center, they hit you. That's what they want. And he's trying to time it so that he hits it at that timer when I hit this, and I keep pulling back to avoid that. Like, I know what you're doing. Oh man. Oh, is it? I don't know. I've been doing it since the beginning of batteries and cannons and Tempest. But I definitely love that Parting's the wild card out there in the pro scene. He'll do some crazy shit. But yeah. I've been doing stuff like that since StarCraft 1. Back when I was doing cannon rushes. Like, I did cannon rushes back in StarCraft 1. But I also did cannon rush and reavers and battery shields. So I would cannon rush the front of the base to hunker down, and I would get robotics, and I'll get reavers. And then what I'll do is I'll get battery shields while I'm getting the reavers around the cannons, and so that way they charge up, and then every time the reavers would get close, they'll start shooting their balls. If they get hit, the battery shields would help the reavers. The reavers would just keep getting more and more deeper and deeper, kind of like a disruptor, or in a sense of a Tempest. Same thing, the Tempest play. I've been doing the Tempest play in StarCraft 1 with reavers, batteries, and cannons since you can remember. Just out, you know. A lot of my old tactics have just been remade and to fit StarCraft 2 style units. But yeah, I've been cannon rushing since forever, and I've been Tempest rushing in a sense forever, just with reavers instead, but same concept. It's the same concept.
I move like I was already on. First is silence.
You guys know what? Do you know what Parting calls me? Boy Scout. I think Boy Scout might know. Do you guys know what Parting calls me? My ladder score. You know, I didn't really do much ladder back then. Back then it was just like clans. You know, a lot of times it was clans back then. You know, you would go and there was different clans, Toyland, Mix, there was a Pogi or something. There was a couple, Channel 55. There was a couple popular channels that majority of like the players would go and hang out there, and we would just make friends back then and team in-house. We would do a lot of in-house. Everybody would be more accustomed to do in-house plays than the ladder, because the ladder was like you had to play Lost Temples. It was very weird, kind of like, you know, it wasn't like the thing that the majority of players wanted. They wanted to get big game hunters, you know, BGH. They wanted down the road, they wanted fastest map possible, and so the ladder doesn't have that. And so majority of the players back in StarCraft 1, we really didn't ladder that much. It was more like, you know, in-house 3v3s, in-house free-for-alls, in-house, you know, always in-house. Every once in a while you'll have like a one-on-one because you want to face people, or people are like, oh, I'm better than you, 1v1, okay. And then, or you'll have clan wars where this clan starts fighting with this clan, having a clan tournament, and then, you know, we'd get in a clan tournament and everybody'd start doing their thing and start fighting and stuff. So it wasn't as much ladder, it was more community engagement. The community was more accustomed of being more interactive online in regards to like getting a couple people. We, you know, the way you played, where you would go into a search engine and then you would go into one of the lobbies that were already made. It would be like 3v3, fastest map possible. 4v4s, noobs only. Or 4v4s, no noobs. You know, and we would just be accustomed to going in there and finding a public lobby. We jump into the game, and hopefully they let us in, and then we rendezvous, get going, you know. So that's how it was majority of the time back in StarCraft 1. So ladder, I never really thought about ladder back then. It never really crossed my mind. I mean, we played ladder games in general, but not in a sense like competitive, because we didn't really also have that exposure to the pros back then. There wasn't channels out there on TV, normal TV, where we could see, you know, Korean pro scenes. It was a little harder back then, so the ladder scene was a different, you know. I don't know. Not many people liked Lost Temples. It was all right, but they didn't like the ladder maps. A little too pro, you know, less crazy, less units, more decisive unit changes, and then you got the tank ledges. It was nasty. So yeah, I just know how you got your silver murdered by pig. Can't recall parting calling you. So he calls me the Nexus head guy. He's like, oh, Nexus head guy. He's like, hi, Nexus head guy. How you doing? And there was one time it was my birthday. And I go to him, right? I go, you know, say hello. He was streaming. I was like, hey, partying, how's it going? He's like, oh, Nexus head guy, how you doing? I go, hey, party, it's my birthday. You want to do like a team game real quick? And he's like, oh, Nexus head guy, one question. He says, one question. He says, do you have boobs? And I looked at him. I was like, yeah, I do. I do got boobs. He was like, oh, no. And so yeah, I didn't get to play team games with them. But yeah, he calls me the Nexus head guy, and I don't know, I got no boobs. You know, I just got no boobs. You know, per parting. So funny. He's a funny clown. He's funny. He's hilarious. But yeah, he calls me the Nexus head guy. Yeah, at least I got a name, right? At least Parting knows me by something. I'll take that. I'll take Parting knowing me as a Nexus head guy. What? One TVZ? Let's go. I'm gonna do a TVZ. Alright. Trying to get that Terran fix.
You smell that? That's your MMR evaporating. Ladder starts. Unfortunate for you. I spawn in no scout, yeah, I'm feeling abusive. 12 worker count, but my plans ain't inclusive. You playing standard, yeah, that's real cutish. I'm already proxying something intrusive. Double gas, nah, triple bad manners. I build where your camera don't pan, don't matter. You check your base like, why is this static? Cause I turned you natural in the Swiss cheese platter. Probing your wall like you paying the rent. SCV acting like he heaven sent. Drones slip by like don't mind me, fam. Whole time dropping pain in your vents, you expand. Big mistake, my guy. I see that greed and I amplify. One little fucker say, now your whole eco wave, bye. You type little, I type why. You thought we was playing fair, why try? If it's dirty, I apply. I don't let her, I supply. Cheese drips off mine, all in time. You playing chess, I'm committing a crime. You building clean, crossing the line.
Hey, we're getting a Protoss. We'll worker rush him just to see if we can get a Zerg.
In the rear.
So we're gonna get a supply depot and just go for the
SCV ready. Will do. Bad news. SCV ready. What's going on? Huh? SCV ready. Gotcha.
You on the macro?
ready.
rushing emotions today. I don't scare like a lapse your
SCV ready.
Oh man, you saved your tech, I canceled that. You blink too late, you handled that. You scout late like you're mad confused. Like what build is this? Is bad news. It's not a strat, it's attitude with a side of
SCV ready.
mood. Yeah, I don't hide, I commit to sin. If there's a bad idea, I'm all
What's
in.
going
Tryna
on?
stabilize too thin. I already broke what you built
Yep.
within. Scripts off mine.
SCV ready.
You playing safe.
Ah, you scared me.
You want a fair fight.
Well, butter my biscuit. We hear you. SCV ready. Roger. Huh?
He forgot. He didn't see it.
SCV ready. Overtime. Sure thing. In the rear with the gear. SCV ready. What's going on? Go ahead. Bad news. Big chop. Ah! Bad news.
Your SCVs are being harassed.
We're booking it, bro.
Ruining workplace morale.
Yo. Go ahead. In the rear with the gear. Will do. Yes, sir.
Your base is under attack. We're all gonna die.
It's your dime. Big chop. What's going on? Huh? Ah, you scared me. Bad news.
Okay, back, bro. I got more. You ain't gonna. I left some for you. You ain't gonna just.
SCV ready.
Come on. Alright, rewind this. Okay, so the way this works, how would I say it? If you were to ask me, when do you do a worker rush? A worker rush is fun to do because it messes up the game. If anything happens where the stars line up and you get enough damage where both of you guys are hurting, and it creates a weird game. That's the objective technically for the worker rush. And when do I do it? I do it when I don't want to face a certain matchup. Like sometimes you want to play as like a Zerg or a Terran, and you're given a Protoss, or you're given a, and you're just like, I really don't want to play this matchup. But if something happens early and some weird stuff happens and the game gets weird, it's worth it, right? So it's one of those builds that, like, if you really don't want to play this matchup and you wanted to, just move on to this one, sometimes some matchups just aren't your fancy and you're just like, I'm not feeling it today. That's when I do the worker rush, because either something weird is going to happen after the game, or either I'm going to win or I'm going to lose. But at the end, something interesting better happen, If not, it's a good way to just let, see yourself out the door if it doesn't go right. But you get to work on microing your workers. So microing your workers, it really helps for times when you're getting Ling rushed or Zealot rushed or whatever it is. It's good to kind of get them workers practice anyways. And worker rush does help for that purpose too. It's a nice little training seminar. You're training your workers how to fight, and it's not the most successful build, obviously, but like I said, it's one of those builds where you say, hey, it's either gonna make something interesting, or either I'm gonna win somehow or lose right away. So it's not a matchup I'm not really happy to play right now. So that's when I feel like that's the build for me. It's like, okay, I feel like worker rushing this mofo. I ain't trying to play no batteries, gateways today. And then you just, see if you can kill them with workers. And so I'm gonna, the way I like to do it is I like to get a supply depot first. The reason why I get a supply depot is because you want to have you gotta have someone to just kind of just continue. If the game somehow just gets weird and you kill all their workers and then vice versa, you kill his workers, and you're left with only like both with one each or something. Weird games like that. You're gonna wish that you kept mining from the back end while you're attacking. So that's what this probe is for. You see this probe right here? So this Nexus is from the Florencio files, and it's to describe the sewer mermaid, and also the Nexus rush, because I'm known for the Nexus rushing. And so the Nexus rush is the Nexus, but the probe to me is a representation of never just leave, don't send everybody, leave one behind. That one behind is going to allow you to get a game going if anything happens where you reset yourselves, and that probe is just slowly gathering up the next generation for some more chaos. So that's what this is supposed to represent, this probe right here. It's supposed to represent, always leave one. There's always one. Don't just send everything and you're like 0 up, and then you're like, oh man, I think I got them, but I don't have no workers and no minerals because I, used them all. So, yeah. So we go and we grab them all, right? Whenever the supply depot is almost done is when we take off. We're gonna take them off, or we grab this, and we're gonna let the gas cancel, and we're gonna let him mine, and then this one mine. This is just from me getting more and more acquainted with worker rushing. I'm starting to leave just a couple more, and so versus with Zerg, I think I do 3. I think 3 or 4. So I'm moving them, right? This Protoss is we're meeting at the same time, right? Because when did we leave? We left when the supply depot went up, which a lot of times, in most cases, Protoss, he should be a little earlier, but he went for a gateway scout, which is very common, a gateway scout instead of a pylon scout. Although pylon scouts are pretty good because you could tell when someone's cannon rushing you. But a gateway scout is more common. They want that greedy minerals. They want those extra minerals. So we're meeting at the same time. Now the fortunate part of that is that if we're meeting about the same time, which is I leave after the supply depot, about the same time as supply depot, the benefit for that is that by the time I get there, sometimes the stars align, and this is the time where the probe goes up the ramp. And when the probe goes up the ramp, that's the time that most of the time the Protoss would go and check what's up there. What am I going to see? So this just happens to line up where he's at the same time on his focus mode, and I'm at the time where I'm right at the same place going to his base. So what happens? If we look at it, his vision, I'm sure he's going to get that probe and look around, and he's going to be looking. It's like, okay, it's just a probe nibbling on my worker. I'll get him right now, because you ever have that where you have like one worker is like you're looking away, and it's like your base is under attack or something like that, right? Your units are under attack, your armies, and you're like, man, at this early to the game, it's damn worker, and so you kind of just like brush it off because you're over here busy trying to figure out what the hell's going on. This guy's where's his workers at? Your base is being attacked, man. Get that. I'll figure out what the SCVs are for. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is he doing. And so he's over there looking, and he's like, that's a little bit of workers.
They're attacking our cute little probes.
Yeah. Let's it's just an SCV. We'll get him right now. Oh shit. And then he's like, then he gets stuck right here, which is not the best because he's trying to figure out how to block a Reaper. Fun fact, the Reaper could also jump over here, so you literally have to block this whole area too. Thank you, map makers. You gotta build a freaking whole fleet line of buildings just to get one Reaper from getting inside. Literally, you have to like have a wall here, because they can get through here, and then all through here, So that's already going bad right there. But you can see that's not helping them either. because now he has to spend more time making the gateway instead of looking back at that SCV that's probably just pestering your worker that you're gonna have to get to right now. And he's like, well, okay, now let me see who's over here causing trouble. And you just look at that and you're like, holy shit, what the hell is this? I thought it was one SCV. And he's just like, you know, but he has faith. He has a zealot. He's like, you don't have anything. I have a zealot. At least I have that. So
They're attacking our cute little probes.
So he's like, oh shit, you know, the sheriff's here. The sheriff's here. Run, run, run. He's like, yeah, you better. And he's like, oh man, I gotta mine. I gotta start mining, but I gotta push these SCVs out. I gotta go to their base and punish them. So what I like to do, because obviously he knows I'm going to my main base, right? Obviously. But I also know that the Zealot's going with me. And if the Zealot's going with me, I do know that he's going to try to mine behind this. So what I like to do is, usually I do this with Protoss because I can recall. But I send a couple SCVs on the side without the Zealot knowing. So I can go and finish off what I left off. I was like, okay, they're all good. Let me go fight these fools because the Zealot's leaving and he's by himself, maybe with a couple friends, but we made sure that we could beat their ass. Yep. And so then the Zealot's gonna have to figure out how to go back home or try to deal with this. But I got workers. That means I could micro my SCVs to one Zealot, right? The big thing is that he can't mine. Dirty. Don't do this at home. Oh, that's funny. Right place at the right time. Got him. Let's see. Used to play on Showdown, which was a Brood War 1v1 map, and cheese my way up the ladder. What race? Protoss or Terran? Did you used to cheese with Terran? Terran had some cheese too. You know, vultures. Or what is it about? What do you call them? They're like Hellions? I think they're vultures, right? Vultures? I think vultures was the right one. Got the mines. Yeah, Lost Temple, not balanced at all. We made a goofy clan after ice cream flavors. That was the TCBY clan after ice cream. Yeah, I know, we used to have all kinds of names too. The names, we can go crazy on the names back then. Straight money signs and everything. Everything can go. You name it. People were getting. I got creative with mine. I would have little dashes and dots and my name right there with, like, you know, close parentheses, capital L, you know, for a D, things like that. That was cool. Surge, 6 pool, fast expand. Outmine them. Shoot, I can't remember what I didn't even know what the meta is back then. I had my own little playstyle. I could, you know, I still don't watch the pro StarCraft 1 Brood War. So I still don't even know what they would do. Okay, Maxwell.
What's going on? Gotcha. SCV ready. We in the rear with the SCV ready. Bad news? Huh?
Oh, let's get some.
Run it up, run it back, Q again. Same map, new track.
SCV ready.
They want straight lines. I just every rule till it break, then it's in. Step out, they freeze, they lag. I don't take tricks, I just hate they map. They look for the fight, I attack the gap. So Renzi flow never move like that. Like the plan while they stuck in the frame.
SCV ready.
I'm adjusting the game every look that I to put a cut in my brain. Now I sharpen the edge every time that I aim. My echo, they have is then flip it and twist it.
What's going on?
I already missed it. I'm gone from the spot that they thought I existed. Now everything crumbled.
SCV ready.
I pressured the map like a weight on their chest. They panic, they rush, they overinvest. I stay in control while they feeling intense. Every click got purpose, I don't do guess. No rush, no sound. They look.
SCV ready.
I came from the losses, the grind to repeat. Now every mistake just a tool in me. They want a clean fight, I delete the elite. Turn the
Bad
win into
news.
routine, defeat in the heat. I map out the chaos, I live in the
SCV
flow.
ready.
Follow the rules, I explore what I saw. Every gap that exists is a break in the law. And I live in that space like I wrote what I
You scared
saw.
me.
Don't chase that as I'm master the
Sure thing.
Excuse me.
I'm adjusting the path. By the time that they know
We get an
this is
orbital.
already past.
SCV ready.
I don't play like the rest. Q pops.
This better be good.
Reload and ready. I'm ended early.
I can't find a third.
Influencio.
Right here.
Already ahead.
You've built a fancy
Want a piece of me, boy? Been waiting on. Huh? It's your dime. SCV ready. Go ahead. Ah! You scared me. SCV ready. What's going on? Big job, huh?
You expand free, I let
That's
go.
for
They
what?
hate myself for what I didn't do. Yeah. Talk to me, I'm not fine. I say next game every time, but it's stacks in the back of my head like I'm learning nothing instead. I don't drift, I just drift
Ah!
slow.
You
Try
scared
to
me.
fix it, but it don't show. Every loss
SCV
feels
ready.
personal.
The add-on is finished, so you have no excuse not to build something.
I just lose slow. I don't break down. I just feel low. No clean.
SCV ready.
Scan them real quick. Damn. What that mean?
Your SCVs are being harassed. It's ruining workplace morale.
Oh, that.
SCV ready. In the rear with the gear. Bad news. Father, what's it? Tuned up, ready to go. Big job, huh? Go, go, go. This better be big weight. Go ahead. In the rear with. This better be good.
Forgot about the oracles.
You want a piece of me, boy? Ah, you scared me.
4 minutes.
Big job. SCV ready.
Updates online. Let's go kill something.
Who wants some? SCV ready. Huh? What's going on? Bad news? Go ahead. By the numbers, boys. Ah! You scared me. In the rear with the gear. What's going? Bad news? Well, butter by a biscuit.
What's that? Give us your best!
Gangway coming through.
Got no?
Systems go.
I don't know how to say this. I feel like I've been learning myself in pieces.
Armed and ready.
I walk through my thoughts like empty rooms where every mistake
This better be good. Been waiting on you. Go, go, go! This better be good. You gonna give me orders?
This ought to be good.
Big job, huh?
Show me who you want to die.
Lay it on me.
Base is under attack.
Optics online. Let's go kill something.
I see minerals. I see gas. I see SCV harass.
Big, what's our target?
Bad news?
Channel's clear, boss.
Hey, need something blown up?
Big job, huh? Ah! You scared?
Got no?
Add-on complete.
Optics online. Let's go kill something.
Give us your best.
Cyclone.
Go ahead.
SCV ready.
Got it. It's open.
What's our target?
That command center upgrade you ordered is here.
SCV ready.
Show me who you want. Channels, you got cool. Show me who you want to die. Adjusting for new.
Go ahead. SCV ready. This better
Your base is under attack. We're all gonna die.
ah! SCV ready.
GG. Well played, well played. I gotta watch out for the Oracle. The Oracle is what killed me. I gotta get the turret up early. Or get a bunker in the back, but I think the turret, we'll just get an early turret.
Maybe I needed all of this change to find my way. Don't run from the storm.
That or we get more Marines than 4.
Just take me over time. Slow it down, speed it up, and then I'm back to find every version of me gets real.
I gotta, here, let's find a Zerg, because I gotta get a little bit of break. And we're gonna play some Dark Souls in about an hour, but I gotta eat something. So let's see if we could get a Zerg. If not, we'll get it tomorrow.
Think I'm learning. It was never about control. Just learning how to move with it.
We're doing pretty good with Dark Souls 3 so far. Right now we're up against some weird snake that I don't know what it is. Like some weird.
Like it already decided something you didn't agree to. I do.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing. I just gotta eat something, but yeah, no. We'll play it later. I was trying to find a Zerg. It's not gonna give me the Zerg. So we'll try it next time. Alright, so I'll take a little break and then we'll jump on some Dark Souls. Should be fun. After that, I'll get some sleep, and in the morning we're gonna play some more, StarCraft. So I'll see you guys soon. Other than that, you guys have a good night, and catch you guys next time.